WESWES, y'all.
This one started when I got the Steven Settle one, because Steven Settle was popping on the TikToks with his motivational speeches, and which is very motivational, And that's when I learned, because I didn't know he lived out west.
Stephen.
Yeah, so I just randomly messaged him, like thinking he lives in Australia or something like that.
Yeah.
And then I just live in out west. Hey,
Yeah.
oh, shit, don't come on the podcast. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then he did, and then so I had to look at his videos and stuff like that, and then I found out he used to do battle rapping and that.
Yeah.
So I looked into that when I had him on. So that was all cool. And then I think that's where I got Dila from that, and he was at West too.
Yeah.
So it just made sense to get him on.
Yeah, that's dope.
And have a chat to him too, So yeah, man. But you've had history of that guy, hey? You've had history with all the battle rap scene back in the days, eh?
Yeah.
You're still doing it now, or?
Nah. So I haven't done it for ages now, but yeah, I was a part of it back in maybe the early 2000s. Yeah, I know Dila from there because he was in it as well. When it was just the 8 Mile style battling, freestyling over the beats and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, me and him got a deep history.
Oh yeah.
Just from that.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys probably I've known the longest in the hip hop scene.
So because you're talking about when you first started, were you one of the first rappers, or did you start with him?
So I'll kind of give a little thing about my history and the battle rapping, or so when I first started rapping, it was probably about 2001, 2002, and that was kind of when battle, that freestyle battle rap was, that was the thing. Mariko was the king. He was the king battler, bro. And the first battle I kind of went to, it was the one that he kind of was giving up the reins. Another guy won and stuff. But I met Dila through, there used to be this show called, there was 2 radio shows that you could ring up and freestyle over the phone.
What? Ring up and just
bro.
freestyle?
Yeah, bro.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah, there was these guys that were running it on Planet FM. Planet FM.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there was these freestyle shows that you could ring up and do a freestyle over the phone, and bro, Dila was the king of that. He was one of the main guys.
So what did they play it on the radio, through the radio, or play it to the DJs on the radio station?
So
would you rap on the phone to the DJs on the radio station?
Yeah, so they'll be they'll play a beat over the phone, and you rap over the beat, and
it goes on air.
Yeah, it's live on air.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it was crazy. But bro, it was so funny. They'd have people ringing from prison, and that bro, it was funny. They'd be like, "Yo, shout out to all the boys in the E Block," and you could just and all this kind of stuff. It was crack up, but it was cool because it would if you weren't famous, it would legitimize you with dudes who were actually about it. You know what I mean? I ended up doing a song with this guy Face Killer. Have you heard of him?
No.
He was he's from Otara. He's a legend, bro, and the kind of New Zealand hip hop scene. He's passed away now.
Oh.
But he had heard of me through that radio show, and that's what kind of he thought. Because he had heard of me from there, he knew that I was down. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, it was a pretty big thing back in the day. Yeah.
Oh wow! So that was still an underground thing where.
Yeah, it was underground. It was an underground radio show.
Only people that were into the hip hop scene, they were actively rapping.
Back then,
would know about this thing and get to know other rappers from around the area.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is I heard before that there was. Do you remember those chat lines back in the day 0800 call the party those things? I heard that there was battling on there, and I heard that. Some of the boys were on there, and that's how it started. The phone kind of battling scene and that. Yeah.
So this will be 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s,
early
probably
90s?
2003, 2004.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was only young.
So who was out that time? Scribe. He was out there.
It was the main guys was Scribe,
Dawn Raid,
Nisha Mystic, Day Hamo and that they were around, but he hadn't come out again yet, and it was kind of small, but it was a bubbling. You know what I mean? It was getting ready to blow up.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very organic. Everyone back then, we all knew each other. Like I'm saying, I've known Dila since then. You know what I mean? So Yeah, it's been crazy, like, to think of how long ago that was to now, and just to think of how far things have come, like from rapping over the phone to like Instagram and all this stuff is crazy. Yeah.
So if you think about back in those days, with you guys coming up, you guys loving the art form, and want to be a part of it, knowing that Scribe and those guys already got record deals and all that kind of stuff. Like, what was I'm trying to think what was the avenues for new guys that wanted to get into the scene, because when I think about what you're saying about the radio station and the telephone, that's one of the avenues there.
Yeah, it was, bro. That was legitimately one of the avenues, and like, kind of, if you wanted to progress from there, you would go to the actual battles. You know what I mean? So they had the underground stuff, and then you would go, like, there was a guy named Word Perfect, and he's kind of like the dude that like created the battle scene here. And like, you would go to his battles. So I seen Dila at those next, like when he was trying to like legitimize himself in the scene and actually start battling other people, not on the phone anymore. So yeah.
So, but how did you get into it? Like,
me? So bro, I started writing. Like, bro, I'll be honest. Like, I was always I got into hip hop through like my older brothers and cousins and stuff. They always like had all the tapes and all the CDs, and then I started buying the tapes and CDs, like I kind of got theirs as hand-me-downs, and then once I got their stuff, and then I was like, oh man, I want to buy my own stuff, there's stuff I'm interested in as well. But bro, it's funny because I like, before I lived in Auckland and stuff, I used to live in a small town down in the Bay of Plenty, and bro, we used to like, the place where we would buy our CDs and tapes from was like at the video shop. The video shop would go to the local kind of big place, couple of like about an hour away, and then would buy all the new releases and stuff and like have it in the video shop for like $10 more. But because it's, bro, that's the only place you can get your stuff. Like, bro, we used to, they would have that there. That's kind of where I started buying stuff. Like, it's real funny because, bro, it would have been like 99, but bro, I started out buying tapes and all that. And bro, CDs were big already, but I was like, I didn't have a CD player yet. You know what I mean? We were still living in the tape days. So
I remember those days because there's singles, eh?
Yeah,
so you had the B-side.
Exactly. And that was cool because they came with the beats and stuff too. They would come with the acapella and the remix, and they had a beat and
instrumental,
stuff. So, yeah.
Instrumental version.
Exactly. So yeah, like, bro, that's kind of how I got into listening to music and stuff. And then probably wanting to rap myself, it was I remember there was like two kind of specific times. Was like, did you ever hear about the hip hop summits that they used to have?
Vaguely.
Yeah, they used to have this thing called the hip hop summit, and it was an event put on by DJ Severe and a couple of other cats, and it would go on for the whole weekend. And they would have it was all free, and it was at they would have it in the Aotea Centre, Aotea Square. So in the daytime, there was like a 2-day event. In the daytime, they would have like performances. They would have big stage set up and have guys performing in the daytime. And then at nighttime, they would have people performing in the town hall. So yeah, I went to one of those in 2001. Bro, and this is a kind of crazy story, but I just went there randomly and went there randomly one day with my cousin. I wanted to watch it. I was going with for to see it. Yeah. But I got there and Scribe was on stage, and bro, no, this wasn't Scribe. He wasn't Scribe yet. You know what I mean? He was just an underground guy, and I was like, "Yo, who's this? What is this? This is a guy rapping in New Zealand."
Was he kicking it with P Money?
Yeah, he was already kicking it with P Money, and he would already like he performed on Scribe 2001 or that.
Yeah, because that's the first song I remember. When I heard,
like,
the first ever Scribe song was that song.
Yeah.
And that was me.
Yeah,
just the beat and the way he was like.
Exactly. Wow. So I think it was 2001 when I saw him. So, like, he would have just done that song. So, but yeah, it was dope. Like, I went and seen him. And yeah, he was doing his set. And it was like raining while he was doing his set. And he was like, he stopped. And then he was like, talked to the crowd and was like, before I came here today, I was actually in Christchurch. My grandma passed away. And I got a song that I want to do for her, and it's called Sunshine. And when he said that, bro, it stopped raining and the sun came out.
What?
Yo, I was like, bro, what? And then he did the song for his grandma. I was like, bro, I don't know if this is scripted or what is this, but that was crazy.
Wait. Before you tell me, did it start raining when the song finished?
Nah, it just stayed sunny. I was like, bro, what happened? This is like...
That would have been...
That was amazing. I was like,
it was amazing,
what?
but it would have been more amazing if it started raining again when the song finished.
Yeah, I can maybe. To be honest, I can't even remember. It might have, bro. But yeah, like, bro, when I seen him do that, I was like, yo, this is dope. There's people rapping in New Zealand. You know what I mean? It kind of like the second kind of stuff that I was started to get into from New Zealand was.
So that inspired you?
Yeah, that inspired me. I was like, bro, like only other people I'd seen rapping here was like Damn Native. Like Behold My Cool Style, that was the only other New Zealand rap song I had heard, I think, around that time. And maybe there was this other group.
Free the Hardway.
That stuff. But I didn't even know Free the Hardway was from New Zealand, to be honest. Like when I heard that, like, bro, because I would have been like in 2001, I would have only been like 12 or 13. So I was like, I was a noob, you know what I mean? So I didn't really know about those guys, but yeah, I knew Damn Native. But there was these other guys back then that I remember I always used to see on Juice TV. Do you ever remember a crew called, what was their name? I can't even remember their name, bro. But they did some like Bone Thugs kind of stuff. Oh, what was their name, bro? I can't remember their name, but they were actual like hard out legit rappers from another crew over the shore. But they had a record deal where they would do this Bone Thug kind of stuff as well. Like must have been like their way of trying to crack it in the mainstream. So like I had seen them, but the second kind of main influence that I ended up getting was I bought Southside Story Volume 2, and I really liked Decepticons.
Oh, right.
Decepticons, yeah. So
because that was Dawn Raid's first compilation album, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was like the first or the second. Yeah, so Decepticons, and then by the time I heard that, I found out Decepticons like had a solo album and that coming out, and then I just kind of fanboyed hard into Decepticons and wanted to be Mariko. Totally, bro. So yeah.
Did you watch the Dawn Raid documentary?
Yeah,
that was me.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was good when I watched it because you finally got an insight in how they started and what went on with especially with the culture and what popped off and what didn't. Because what was interesting to me about that documentary was when they went into the fact that they, without knowing, like they went into the direction of going to America. Yeah. And they had songs of the Wu-Tang Clan and Spectre Deck of New York. And they actually went over there to record. Yeah. Meanwhile, Scribe was popping off in New Zealand. That's it. Representing New Zealand. I mean, that's what I got from it. Like, and to me, thinking about that, I thought that, man, the reason why, and because they even said who's the white guy on Dawn Raid? Andy. Andy. He was saying he couldn't believe it. Like, man, we spent all this money going to New York and Spectre Deck, and
this guy's doing New Zealand.
We come back and he's blown up. Like Scribe is blown up because that he's captured the identity. Like this New Zealand. We need a representative for New Zealand hip hop. And I don't think Dawn Raid understood that going to America, you're actually going away from
the culture,
the culture, local culture. Like New Zealand hip hop is New Zealand hip hop. You know, we take from America, but we turn it into our own style, our own sort of New Zealand hip hop, which is what Scribe was representing back then. And that's why I think everyone loved him. Yeah. Plus the way he flowed and all that. Like,
I know what you mean, because he was a very like organic New Zealand. Like he sounded New Zealand. Like his style, like how he dressed was New Zealand. And then you look at like the presentation of Mariko, and it wasn't New Zealand. You know, like. It wasn't that he wasn't a New Zealander, because he was, but he was, every time you see him, he always just looked like a star, bro. You know what I mean? It's like he was a student of hip hop, so you're like, you know, he's always rocking the gears and all that stuff, which is cool. But compared to like Scribe and that, I guess people related more to Scribe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I related to some big time when that 2001 song came out, because honest, man, when I heard that song, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? This guy's Kiwi. He's Samoan, you know? He's from here, and he's rapping like American, like, but he's rapping in, like, you know what? My best rap songs are the ones that they talk about. They're like the best MC. Like, you know, the battle rap kind of style. Yeah. Like, when like, for me, the best ever to do that is Notorious B.I.G. Like he's got some mean songs
Oh,
that
yeah, bro.
talk about how he's the man.
Oh yeah, bro. That's his
He
favorite
beats
thing
everyone
to
in.
do.
Yeah. Like that
Yeah.
song, Unbelievable. Like,
Yeah.
man, I love the lyrics in that one.
Oh
man.
yeah,
Like,
bro. Nah, I'm a big Biggie fan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
he, when you hear him
yeah.
and he brings all these metaphors into it, and I'm just amazed at how he put those together.
Bro, he
know?
made it sound so easy.
Yeah, man.
Hey, like that's what I love, bro. To be honest, bro, if you love that music, you'll love my stuff, bro. Like all of my stuff is like, I'm the man, I'm the man, I'm the man. So, bro, I'll give you a listen on that after. But yeah, bro, like I remember that time, like when Savage, when Scribe and Miracle came out, I was just so conflicted because I was a big Miracle fan, and then people were like, bro, they were feeling Scribe, and then I was kind of like, but I think Miracle's better, and then people were just like, nah, Scribe. So it was like, it was hard to be a fan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was cool because like Dawn Raid was real cool. Like Miracle's first video and stuff, like they invited like people to come and be in it, and to be honest, they invited people to come and be in Scribe's first video as well, but I didn't end up going to the Scribe video, but I ended up in the Miracle video, which was cool. So like, yeah, it was a weird time, but it was cool for New Zealand hip hop because it finally kind of felt like it was like being bigger than it actually was. Like, it always just felt like some underground stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it always just felt real underground. And then when it started getting like, I remember people at my school started talking about it, and just like, bro, it just started becoming something bigger than it, it seemed like it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So, you can't blame anyone for that. It's a good thing.
Yeah, it is good. And man, I remember the time too. And like it was good for New Zealand hip hop, like you said.
Yeah.
That identity thing I talked about. Like you see it now in Australia, especially with the Australian Pacific Islanders doing the first of all the drill stuff. Because when that came out, oh my gosh, where the fuck did that come from? Because here's these Australian Islanders with their Australian accent and their own slang, and using that drill style hip hop into their own music and making it their own. So if you heard them rap, that's that's them.
Yeah,
that's Australian.
That's uniquely them.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's uniquely them, and I think that's what Scribe did in the first place.
Yeah, I think you're right, bro. I think you're right.
Because he represented it.
Like, bro, you know that you're like, someone's blowing up when kids from New Zealand are trying to sound like they're from Aussie. You know what I mean? Like, kids are calling themselves lads and they're like doing the haircuts and all this. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
That's the new stuff, right?
And that's, you know what? When I remember there's like a little radio trick where I don't think it's radio, like anything. Like there's a trick where if you create your own slang, and next minute you hear people using it, you know that it came from
exactly you done that.
You started something that other people are saying, so it might have popped off. That means so
totally.
So they created their own little
bro. It's bubbling. But the beautiful thing is, it's like seeing them succeed. It gives you hope that there's light gonna come down here, because if things are going good over there, eventually it's gonna come over here, bro. You know what I mean? Like Polynesia and like Australasia isn't very big, bro. So like if they're blowing up, then bro, it's eventually gonna get here. It just takes a little bit of time for us to like, I guess, figure out how we're gonna differentiate ourselves from them. You know what I mean? Because all these guys over here copying them, but we're not gonna blow up from copying them, bro. We gotta have to find our own twist on the drill, I guess, bro. So
over the years, do you think we have that? Have our own style?
Identity?
Our own identity?
I do, bro. I do. Like the big thing has always been the accent thing, like down in New Zealand.
Yeah, why is that? It's like they make fun of our accent. Hey, when we rap,
I don't know. Like I don't know what it is. Like I guess to truly understand the accent thing, you have to grow up here. Because if you don't grow up here, then you don't truly understand that there is no New Zealand accent, bro. Everyone sounds different everywhere you go in New Zealand. If you go down to Christchurch, he doesn't sound like a guy that's from Auckland. If you go down to Invercargill, he doesn't sound like a guy who's from Kaitaia. You know what I mean? Like it's all different areas, bro. Everyone has their own ways of talking, Maybe in Auckland we might be a little bit more American kind of influence, because we've got all these things that are in our face constantly. We got My FM, we got Flavor, we've got these clubs in town that just play American music. It's kind of like a highly American influence kind of area, and you can't blame the influence from somewhere if it's constantly put in your face. You know what I mean? And I don't think other places realize that. Like, they don't have stuff like that in the area. They might have just got My FM, or so I don't know. That's what I've always thought about it. But I've thought that, like, it's not about how you sound. It's like about what you say.
What you say, yeah.
That's what's always been important to me. Like, I'm gonna sound how I sound. That's just who I am, and I'm not gonna change it for anyone else. But if you don't listen to me because of how I sound, then you're missing out on what I have to say.
I think that comes from your battle rap time, because that's all about lyrics. That's all about what you say, because you're rapping without the music in the background,
That's it.
So it's all about the words.
That's it, bro. And there's emphasis on the words and stuff.
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's right. I think for me, because I always loved hip hop.
Yeah.
I've never gone to the level where I want to be a hip hop artist and stuff. I love listening to hip hop when I was younger. I had my favorite artists and that. But then, because you love hip hop, or because I love hip hop back then, still do now. You get to the point where you just love. You can sort of you can filter out who's a better lyricist than the other person.
Yeah.
And for me, when I pick those out, man, when people come with some bars, and like automatically, man, nah, he's the man.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I have that thought with Blackfoot.
Yeah.
Like when he goes off, man, he goes
he's
off.
ill. Yeah, he's ill.
Logic.
Yeah.
Him too. Yeah. When he goes off for the
they're actually saying something, right?
Yeah. And so SBG, obviously,
hard. Nah, so, I'm the same, bro. I've always gravitated to dudes that they saying something. You know what I mean? Like, even like if it's not exactly like hard out punchline, but they just say stuff that sounds cool. Like dudes, like even the dudes like Lil Wayne, like he doesn't, like he's not crazy lyrical, but he'll say some stuff and it's like, what? Like what did did he say that? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a fan of like having to rewind stuff and be like, bro, what was that? Like, I've always been a fan of that stuff too, bro. Lyrical rap. That's why I like Moriko so much, because bro, he's the king of like punchlines and that, still even to this day, bro. Like, I heard a freestyle that he did, like I think it was last week on New FM, bro. He murdered that, and I was like, yes, sensei.
I saw he was bringing up, like, he said something about heavy metal in 8 Foot Sativa. Like, I remember that band 8 Foot Sativa back in the day. So he's still bringing back those old memories.
Very hard. He's the man. Like, he sparks up stuff like that. Stuff you forget about, and it's like, wow, this guy, bro. He's got his hand on the pulse always.
I see he's doing his briskets and low and slow barbecues and all that.
Yeah, bro. I would always crack up at like watching those videos and just hearing his voice, and just because I'm just so used to hearing him rapping and just hearing him talk about all this meat and that. I was like,
his deep voice.
The voice, bro. But it was cool. I was like, yo, he really suits this,
I saw the one when he made the fried chicken and he had this cone. You put the charcoal in the bottom, so this cone, so all the heat goes in the bottom. Yeah. And you put those he used Doritos as
the coating?
Coating for the chicken.
That's fire.
And he made an air fryer out of his Weber.
Wow.
He had that video. I was like, man, this guy, because he loves that little slow way.
Yeah, hard. Yeah, he's got that on lock, bro.
I haven't tasted his stuff though. I don't know if he's, because I heard he's got a restaurant in Brisbane or something.
Yeah, I heard he like sells his stuff over there. Yeah, like those little pop-ups and
stuff. So does he live over there?
Yeah.
True.
It was over there, yeah.
Smooth devil.
I think for a while now too.
I heard that the Decepticons song that they came out last week.
Yeah. I heard the new album. I listened to it once. Pretty cool, man. Real cool. Especially for someone like me that's like come up listening like from their first album and stuff, like to hear like them still doing it is like, it's pretty cool, bro. Hard.
Yeah.
Cause they were always the number one to me, bro. Yeah. Hard.
So tell me about your battle rap training back then. Like,
so wow. So I started battling, and my first battle I entered was in 2003, And it was in those ones that I talked about, run by that guy Word Perfect. And bro, I was so amateur, bro. Like bro, when I look back at it, like the thing about me, I guess, is I was always willing to give it a try. You know, like once I got into it, I was like, yeah, I'll just do it anyway. You know, like I didn't care if I sucked or anything, bro. I'll just go and do it. So my first battle I entered was in 2003, and it was the first battle that David Dallas, it was the first battle he ever entered. So there was talk. So no, I'll talk about this. There was always talk about this guy that was like, he was the man, and he would like, we heard about him. He would freestyle. We heard about him freestyling for 2 hours every night, and that he was the man, and he was coming to kill everyone. And it was just like kind of like a big rumor in the scene, like, bro, there's this mean ass dude. We don't know who he is, but he's gonna come and he's ready to rob everyone. And we're just like, oh yeah. And then the first battle I ever entered, bro, that was the one, and he came up, bro, and he won. He was a new guy and came in and slaughtered everyone, brother. It was crazy. But it was funny because I was like, oh man, I thought I was gonna win. I came in with that whole mindset, yeah, I'm gonna come through and win the battle and do my first battle, but it didn't end up going that way. So
what? Where did you make it to the?
I made it to the. I won my first round,
and
then I lost in the second round. But bro, like I was only man, how old was 2003? I was only 15.
Oh,
so
true.
I was always like, I was always the back then until kind of like till I got to be 18. I was always kind of known as the young guy in the scene because I've always been a big boy, but I was always going to the clubs and stuff. Like, bro, I was going clubbing and that when I was 13, 14, bro. Like, going and watching all these dudes every weekend in the clubs and going to all the battles and stuff. Yeah, underage, bro.
Because you were big and they thought you
were they were. Yeah, bro, they didn't know, you know. But I was just in there. So, yeah, I was only young, bro. And that's like, when I look at it now, it's a blessing because I got to experience a lot of stuff, like a lot of way ahead of, like, some of my peers in that, you know. I got to go and see a lot of, like, I'll go and watch the Decepticons perform every weekend in town, bro, like, and all like the other Dawn Raid guys, and just, bro, I was just always at gigs and everything was crazy. Like, thinking about it now, like, looking at my nieces and nephews that are that age, I was like, bro, I couldn't see you in the club, brother. Brother, you just trying to get a dub on Fortnite, brother. Hey. Yeah, but yeah, bro, so yeah, I did that kind of first battle. And then, like, every other battle that came up for probably about the next 3 or 4 years, I tried to enter it. Yeah.
Even when you lost the second round, what kind of confidence did you get out of it? What did you learn from?
Well, bro, after I won the first round that I think, I was, like, real confident. I was like, I could do this. Then, I got into the second round, and the dude that I battled was this guy. Bro, I've got a pretty funny story about this too. The guy that I battled in the second round, bro, I went to this gig a week before out in it was out of Manukau, and he was rapping in a set with DJ Severe, and it was like it was a Major Flavor showcase, and bro, he ran out on stage, G. And someone had thrown a hot dog on stage, bro. And he ran out on stage and slipped up on the hot dog. Like, in front of the whole crowd. And that's what I said. And I did a line about it up. And I was like, I was there last week when you slipped on the hot dog. And all these people were like, oh, shit. But yeah, he ended up beating me and stuff.
Oh.
But yeah, it was funny. It was real funny. But it was a good experience too. Like, to go from being a fan and going to watch Morocco and stuff, and then saw the next battle that actually came up entering it. Yeah, it was a real big thing.
You know that first battle you went to, was that a style how the battle, how the 1-outs goes now, or was it?
No, it was like so all the battles back there, they were all like 8 mile style, all over the freestyling over beats and stuff. Yeah. So like the 1-outs kind of style didn't come out here till probably 1-outs did it in like 2010. I think we did the first 1-outs battle. Yeah.
So before that was all beats. And
it was all beats, and that's when I was doing it, bro. Is
that style still going? The beats 8 mile style?
Not anymore. I don't think.
So the one out style take over that sort of scene.
Yeah,
And
because
now
that's like the predominant kind of style overseas as well.
Oh, true.
Yeah, like
in America as well.
Yeah, in America it's real big. It's real big. It's called URL, the biggest. Well, they've got different leagues over there, but yeah, the biggest one is a URL, which has come from this thing that was called Smack. Have you heard of that? They hear Smack, which used to be a DVD, bro. It started as a DVD. It was called Smack DVD, and they started doing those battles but it was funny. They would have one battle on each DVD, and that's kind of what it all started as, one battle on each DVD, and then then they done an event, and then bro, it is what it is now.
Shit.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was a pretty cool story when Dylan was telling me about how he started it up and how big it became.
Yeah.
Until COVID just cancelled everything.
Yeah. Oh, I've got some involvement in that as well. Because Dila's actually he's a part of my crew.
Yeah.
So we got a crew called Burrow Kings, and Dila's one of the main members. So I was a part of all those. So I'll give a story about how I did in the battle scene. So I did the battle scene, right? Like how we're talking about. I kind of got real big in that kind of freestyle battle scene because I ended up going into the Australia New Zealand battles.
Right.
Did you ever hear of those?
Yeah.
We had battles where we would face Australia, bro, and Australia were real good. Like yeah, bro, they wasted us every year that it ever happened. It happened like 3 years in a row, and they won it every year.
But they didn't have a really commercial hip hop scene, though.
Nah, but that's what they were, because they didn't have a commercial hip hop scene. They were real underground, so they were real good at it, bro. Yeah. It was crazy.
Because they couldn't go up any further.
Yeah, no. That's all they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were just real good battlers, and like lots of Aussies are just real cheeky dudes, So, bro, they would come over here and they whipped us, bro. But yeah, like I was in that, so I kind of got notoriety of being in that kind of the Australia versus New Zealand battles. I was in it like 2 years in a row, and I was the youngest guy in the team and stuff.
But they have the venues here or there?
Bro, not here. So, bro, it was pretty big. When they came here, it was like a sponsored event. It was at the St. James. Yeah, which is like, bro, the St. James is massive. You know what I mean? So it was a big thing. But I guess because MC battling wasn't really a big thing back then, like they would like talk about it on the radio, and there was ads about it. But if you didn't know what MC battling was, you wouldn't pay it any attention. You know what I mean? So it just kind of came and went. So I ended up, I was in the battle scene, and I ended up battling in those Australia New Zealand battles, and that's kind of where I made my name, just from getting into those. Like, I wasn't the greatest battler, but because I was consistent and entering lots of battles in Auckland, that's why they kind of they were like, oh, okay, he's hungry, he has potential. Okay, we'll put him in these New Zealand Australian battles, So I did that, and then that genre of battling kind of dried up, over the beats and stuff, kind of dried up, and then Dila and that started talking about, or it was actually a couple of the other bros, but Dila was always around it because Dila and me were kind of always together from a certain time. And they started talking about doing the one-outs thing. And then, so because I had all my notoriety from the freestyle battles that I was in, I kind of came in and gave legitimacy to one-outs. I was like kind of like one of their first cosigns in that. So I was at like most of all the first kind of one-out battles. If you look at it from the start, bro, like I'm always the guy that's in the, like I would host some of them. I was in the back. Like even some of them, I was like doing the camera work. It was funny. I was telling one of these kids that I was a mentor that they were bringing up some of the battles and they're playing them, and they played the one like, have you seen any of Scholar's battles?
I've seen them. I've heard them on. I saw them on with Poetic.
Yeah. So Scholar had this battle against Exceed. It's like the most famous. It's like the biggest one on the channel. And then I was like, Bruce, I'm actually the guy filming this, and they were like, what? And then I go, bro, listen, between the punchlines, you could hear me laughing. And then they were watching, and then they're like, oh my God, it's you. I was going, bro, see, like, I was always like that kind of like, I was just there for that stuff, because it's my boys. I got to support everything that my friends were doing. So, yeah, I was kind of a part of the one-outs from its inception, I guess.
Did you know from the time the 8 Mile style was going in the 2000s? Obviously, you meet people, the same guys that will come.
Yeah.
Just like you'll be a regular.
Yeah.
There'll be one or two guys that are regulars as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like that's kind of how me and Dila we were regulars. So there was a kind of like a scene of dudes that were always in those battles and stuff. Yeah.
And then when the 1 Out started, you guys just transitioned over. Everyone or
not
everyone.
Not everyone from that scene transitioned over, but a few people did.
Yeah.
So like the kind of few first key guys, they were from that scene. Yeah. So they were kind of bringing legitimacy to the 1 Out battles as well by coming and entering. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Who was the because you guys were starting it off? Who was the new kind of
the new guys?
New guys that came in
through?
and they were like mean, like badass.
This dude D&D, he was good. Like Scholar and his brother Death Wish, and I think it's their nephew. What's the nephew's name? I can't remember the nephew's name, but he was dope as well. ODT, that's their crew name.
Yeah.
Who else? Bro, we actually birthed a few guys because I used to do a online radio show out at this place, Rep FM, out of Mangere, and I used to do freestyle battles on there. I brought back doing the 8 Mile style on my radio show, bro.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd have every week we'll be like, yo, we'll do one battle, but we'll be like, yo, come in and we'll have a guy for you to have a freestyle battle against. And we birthed a lot of guys through that. So this dude Damascus, who's real big now, he came up through my radio show. And then a dude Ikez also, he came up through my radio show, bro. A few of them did, man. So
how'd you get that gig?
Hey,
how'd you get that gig?
Doing the radio show. So my boys run that station, Rep FM. Right. Yeah. Shout out to my bro Prestige. Recommended Dosage, J Hustle, all those dudes. They run it out of their crib like this, you know what I mean? So they were like, when they started it, they were like, oh bro, we know you listen to your kind of style of music, you should come in here and play some of your kind of shit that you're into and have your own show. And I was like, bro, hard. So and then I decided that I wanted to help 1 Outs as well. So I brought along Dila and couple of the other 1 Outs boys, and we would have some freestyle battles, and we actually had some 1 Out style battles as well, over a cappella and stuff. They're all on YouTube, but I'm not sure if they're still on there.
Oh, okay. I was telling you before how I had Steven Sitzel on the podcast. Talented Steven. When he came on the scene, how good was he? Like how?
Oh, very. I got stories about everyone, which is real funny. Steven, he was kind of like one of our little students. So my friend, my brother Ren, he ran a course down at Azil, down in Henderson. Him and our mate Factor, and me and Dila went down and we did the course. And Steven was on the course. That's how we met him. Yeah, he was on the course.
Was it a hip hop course?
Yeah, it was a hip hop course, learning about rapping and making songs and stuff. And that's where we first met Steven and him. Steven used to be in the crew of this guy Forsaken, who's a pretty big rapper out here now. And they were kind of like the young guys at that, and that's how we met them, bro. But it was funny because Steven was like, he really wanted to be a rapper, He was really wanted to be like a mean battle rapper. You could see it back then. He just kind of had the look in his eyes. And I don't know if this is sad, but I was like, but if you want to be a battle rapper, come to my house, I'll battle you. And then he was like, yeah. And then, bro, he came to his house. I go, bro, come to your house, bring one of your friends and get them to bring a camera. Bro, his friend came over and filmed him against me on a phone camera, bro, and I smoked him for 45 minutes straight, bro. But it was he was only young, and I was the guy who'd been battling for ages and stuff. It was just I was like, yeah, you want to be a battler? I'm a battler. Come and battle me. You know what I mean? But it was cool. I just did it out of I wanted to encourage him, I'll be like, bro, you want to be a battler? This is what you're going to run into. You're going to run into guys who you say you want to be a battler. They're going to be, nah, bro, I'm a battler. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's kind of where I met Steven, and I never had any problems with him. He was always a cool dude to me, bro,
Yeah.
He was cool.
I saw one of his videos.
Yeah.
Man, he destroyed this guy.
Yeah.
But he was being theatrical about it, which I found real cool.
Yeah.
He was talking about, he was sort of putting himself down, but not
Yeah.
But the other guy, he couldn't finish his sentences, and when he started, like he got him, man. He got him.
Yeah, I remember Steven kind of had a break from the kind of. He went a little bit MIA, and then I remember he came back, and bro, he came back hard and was like killing it for a minute. Like had some mean ass battles, bro. And yeah, we were all behind him, and he had this one, and then he just got tore up, and it was pretty sad. But I was like, need to come back harder, brother, next time. You know what I mean? But yeah, nah, bro. Like
he's pretty resilient. Yeah.
Bro, he's very resilient, and that's something that I give him props for. Like he's strong and his faith or whatever he believes in. Like, you know, props for just still being here, bro. Like it takes a lot to still, especially putting yourself out there as much as he does. Like, I gotta respect that, bro. Yeah.
So what's happening now with one else? When I was talking to Dila, he was trying to. The plan was to try bring it up again because obviously COVID has shut down everything. Is it sort of starting from scratch now?
So I know they just had their last event. It was I think it was at the League Club. Yeah. I was actually in Christchurch, so I missed that. But I think there's still lots of potential there. I guess they just have to find out how to reinvent themselves and to like put themselves back on that same status, because there's no one else doing it on that level in New Zealand. You know what I mean? And they're like the most notorious kind of battle kind of people. So I guess they just need to reevaluate themselves and just come back in, because people are always waiting for that, bro. You know, COVID did a lot to everyone, so you know you can't blame them for having to reinvent the wheel, but it's just how it goes sometimes, eh?
Yeah. Especially with how, you know, this day and age with Spotify and all that, you know, there's no more sort of signing up to a record label anymore, eh? Really, eh?
That's right.
Sort of doing your own stuff now.
That's right. Everyone's their own record labels now, you know?
Yeah. Putting your stuff on YouTube and...
That's it. And I guess that's like their power, you know, like that's where they hold the power, because they've always been kind of self-sufficient and haven't really had to... rely on anyone else to do any of that stuff for them, you know. I guess they've had issues with people being unreliable, but that's not their fault, you know what I mean? So I think there's definitely still potential there. And once they decide what the next event will be, bro, that shit will go hard. Like, I know there's lots of fire still there. These guys just need to... You know, I reckon some of the battlers need a bit of a PR course on like how to sell themselves, eh? So I think, like, you know, like
how do you mean? What's the sort of main problem?
I think it's that. You know, they don't know how to sell the fights. It's got to be like, you know, Muhammad Ali, man. You got to come in and talk some trash and stuff, you know, like sell the fights, brother. Sell the battles, man. Like, that's not Dila and them's kind of thing to do for you, you know. If you get given a battle, you're getting given the opportunity, bro. You got to bring the people in. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not Dila and them's job, man.
When he was describing to me, when Dila was describing to me about One Ounce and what you guys have created and with the competitions and that, it was exactly like a prize fight. You know, it was like a tournament fight, like a boxing match or something. You know?
Yeah.
And that is so cool, because I never thought of it like that. I never thought of it as a sport. You know, but it can be marketed like a sport.
Totally, and that's how I think
you can have
they should go through it like that. Yeah,
like have the posters, get the marketing up.
That's it.
Like get some videos up on social media.
That's it. Just bro, get everything, the whole machine pumping, bro.
Yeah.
When the machine pumps, the people will pump. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's just it's gonna take time for them to see that. I think Dila already has the vision. It's just executing the vision and getting the right people behind them to do that. Because it's slowly building towards that. I feel it just takes a couple of, maybe they need some other people in their ear or some fresh ideas or something. But I'm sure they're gonna get there, bro. Definitely.
Because I don't know. I can't remember if I told them on the podcast or told them when we finished.
Yeah.
Because we were talking afterwards.
Yeah.
Like I reckon the event should be in the boxing ring.
Yeah, I remember you saying that as well.
I must have said that on the podcast.
Grey Lynn.
I must have said. I must have said that. Yeah, man. Like, because there's a boxing ring on outside.
Oh, straight up.
There's a boxing ring.
The one in Grey Lynn.
Yeah, the one in Grey Lynn.
Yeah, I seen it. Because that's where that guy that was at the Commonwealth Games. That's where he's from. From that gym, the dude Duke. So yeah, I seen on all the stories about him. They were showing that boxing ring because it's like on the corner of Great North Road.
Yeah. City there. Like if Dila had an event where there's a boxing ring and two battlers battle inside, and you have a ref with the gear as well. You have the cameraman. And then when the round finishes, you go to your corners and
they need to do something like that.
You know, like stuff
make it a show.
Make it a show.
Yeah.
And make it a tournament thing. But then I thought, how hard would it be for it to be a tournament? Because then if you're going to make the final, you gotta go through how many battle guys? About 4.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah.
So that means you're gonna have 4 lots of content.
Yeah.
Like in your head.
Maybe.
Is that easy or hard? How hard is that? Was that easy or was that just nothing?
Well, for me, knowing about because all that stuff is all written, right? Yeah. So, bro, that's a lot of written, bro. A lot of writing,
that's
bro.
What I mean, man.
But I think that would be better suited for something like the old school battles, you know, where you come in and it's just a tournament and you make it to the end, or you don't make it. You know what I mean? Like maybe we need to do a one night kind of thing like that again. But I reckon it could work for some of those battlers. It'll just take. I guess they would because you would only be able to write to your first person. You know what I mean? After that, it's gonna be whoever you get in the next round. You're just gonna have to have the hardest bars, I guess. So I don't know. That could be a thing, bro. Yeah, definitely.
Because it'll be all about bringing people, putting bums on the seats, right?
Yeah,
people coming.
Hard.
Because that's where you sustain it. That's where you have the door sales and you can sustain the event for the next event. Oh.
Exactly. And I remember me and Dila will always talk about doing something like that because he's got his uncle who's like an announcer at that kind of stuff. Like he's like a commentator and stuff, and is always on TV doing commentating for like heaps of like Māori TV stuff. So I was like, bro, get your uncle to like be the guy, and like, bro, I reckon that'll be dope. So I definitely think that they should do that for at least one event. Yeah.
Have you talked to Dila later?
I was supposed to catch up with him sometime this week. I probably will tomorrow or something. Yeah. But he's one of my like closest friends, bro. We've been through a lot. Straight up, we've been through a lot, bro. Yeah, after being friends for 20 years, it's so funny our relationship. Like, so I met him at that radio show where we ring up and that, right? And then we were kind of cool. Like how we met was like, we met there and. He lived around the corner from me, so the radio guys were like, "Oh, can you drop Pucks home and that on the way back?" And Dila was like, "Oh yeah, all good." So he dropped me home and that, and they were kind of like, we weren't really friends, but we weren't cool and stuff. And then he ended up actually having beef with one of my other rap friends, and that went on for ages, bro. And then when we truly became friends was when we did that course that Renan and we're running. And that's when me and Dila, we're like, he'll be like, bro, what are you up to after the course? And I'll be like, oh, nothing. He's like, bro, come over, we'll catch up, kick it. And we're like, oh, yeah. So, bro, ever since then, we got tight. And, bro, we've been kicking it tough for maybe about, bro, over 10 years now. You know what I mean? Yeah, actual friends. Yeah, because when he had beef with my other bro, like, it was pretty heavy, So it was like, bro, I'll be kicking it with, because I was always cool. Like, I was still cool with Dila. Like, even when he had beef with my boy, I was like, I wasn't like, get in the middle, nah, that's not my beef, But yeah, after that kind of toned down, then, me and Dila became boys, and then it's funny because, like, Dila coming to all my family or like stuff when I got married and that, my mate that he had beef with was like at my wedding and like he would come to stuff at my house and my other mate would be there, so they actually became cool through me, you know what I mean? So I guess I've always kind of been that guy because, bro, I'm like the kind of person, like, I don't have beef with anyone, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not everyone's friend, but if you're friends with me, like, we're boys, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So like how you're the RZA and then Ghostface Killer.
Yeah, exactly, bro. It was totally like that, bro. It was totally like that. But I was happy to be that guy, And if any other guys like have had things in the hood, like I've tried to like sort that stuff out, because I'm like kind of like a median, I didn't choose sides or anything, bro. Like it is what it is, You cool with me, I'm cool with you, but you do some shiesty shit. Later, cuz. Hard out.
Back when you were collecting those tapes and albums and that, who were you listening to?
So, bro, it was like the first actual tapes I bought that I actually wanted was like Slim Shady LP, Eminem. Bone Thugs and Harmony, when they came out with their Resurrection album. I bought that. Chronic 2001. And it was kind of like that kind of time, like 99, 2000. Yeah. So it kind of all started from there. And then like from buying Chronic 2001 and all that kind of stuff, then I found NWA. And then, like, bro, it was just kind of all, like, started branching off into all sorts of crazy shit. Yeah. Because I, like, around the same time I was buying the tapes, I started buying, like, Source magazines and all that.
Yeah.
So, like, bro, I started, like, getting really into hip-hop, you know? And then in Source magazines, it was, like, all sorts of dudes that I had never heard of. And I was like, bro, what's this? You know? So it kind of, like, grew really organically in my love for hip-hop. Yeah, it was cool, man.
Yeah, I got into hip-hop during the 90s. And I remember... A lot of rappers formed these crews.
Yeah,
like I remember AZ and Nas and Foxy Brown. They had their Firm. I don't know how that all happened because it might have started from the Wu-Tang Clan, so everyone else had to have their own sort of group B. So
I love Nas and AZ, even Foxy. She's fire. Yeah, that was a bad album. Very underrated.
It is an underrated album. It was weird too because they got rid of Nature. Oh no, they got rid of Cormega and swapped them with Nature.
Poor Cormega.
He was the man. I remember. Didn't they have a song with him?
Yeah, they had it. Yeah, on Nas's album, right? Affirmative Action.
Affirmative Action, yeah.
Yeah, bro, and he ripped that. Yeah,
but he was on that, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then next minute they swapped them
because Nature wasn't on that. It was just Cormega. It was just them. Yeah. Nah, I heard that they had like some label politics or something while they kicked him out. yeah. Because he was like fresh from jail.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. So he was kind of like the wild guy that didn't know how to act and stuff. But yeah, nah.
But that was all those Queensbridge guys, eh?
Yeah,
like Mob Deep and
bro, I love this. I love this stuff. Yeah, I actually opened up for Cormega. He came down. He performed down here.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, a few years ago. I opened for him. That was cool.
Did he come in on his own? Like,
yeah, he came by himself. Bro, he like paid for himself to come down here and stuff.
Oh wow,
it was buzzy. Yeah, it was cool. It was funny because like, bro, he like was hooked up with this janky promoter from Aussie, and she brought him down. And bro, she like mustn't have booked the gig, and he like came down, and it was like a random club night that she had supposedly put him on, and he came and he was like looking around. He was like, bro, I don't want to perform at this shit. You know what I mean? Just like people just like randomly dancing like chicks and just like. Bro, yeah, I just remember kicking. Me and my bro were just kicking it and sitting there. I was like, kind of felt like saying, sorry, bro. Like, you know, sorry, New Zealand, this is all you wanted it to be, brother. But yeah, he ended up coming back, and when he came back, yeah, it was dope, bro. He ended up ripping it, yeah.
So what other gigs did you open?
Oh man, I've done a few over the years. I opened for DJ Premier. A little bit back. Yeah, that was cool.
Was Guru alive then?
No, it was after Guru had died. It was probably about, I think it was like in 2010. Yeah. And
he's the man,
he's amazing.
Premier,
yeah, like, bro. I love him, bro.
Like, you know, sometimes I don't if he's producing one of the songs on any artist album, that's gonna be the song to listen to first, man.
Exactly.
But you can tell the style, eh?
I just love those beats, eh? Like the scratching and just the style of beat. It's like, bro.
When he mixes the chorus, when he scratches,
he's like my dream collaboration, like to do if I ever could do a song, like.
Because he'll cut up your lyrics and put them in the chorus.
Scratch it in the chorus, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, hard.
Signature, eh?
Hard, bro. That's my dream collaboration, eh?
Yeah.
Hard.
Man, I love his stuff. He made that Nas album, the one of the Egyptian.
Yeah.
Got that one?
Yeah.
I Am or something?
I Am, yeah. Nas is like...
Yeah.
Yeah, Nas is like...
I love that song.
Yeah, bro, hard.
Yeah. He's done some good...
Bro, everything, like, you know, he did, like, Unbelievable in that, you know? Kick in the Door.
Yeah.
Like, crazy shit. Yeah. I remember watching a thing about Severe and that, and they were like, they were kicking up with Premiere. They were like, we're in his studio, and he was like, yo, you see that chair that you're sitting on? That's the Biggie chair. And they were like, what? And he goes, that's the chair that he wrote Kick in the Door on. And they were like, oh. Crazy.
You know, DJ Sophia, he's lucky, eh? He's a lucky dude, man, because, man, if the experiences he's had over the years, like, he's like New Zealand's #1 hip-hop DJ.
Bro, he's such a... Bro,
in terms of, like, his connections, of his networking, and where he's at, like, up there in the mainstream, right? But man, the artists he's talked to over the years, you know, he's collaborated with, you know, man, he's got, man, as a fan of hip hop, man, you love to have his memory of all these people he's talked to.
Very hard, bro. He's actually been a real big part of my journey. So yeah. So I met him probably, bro, when I first started rapping, actually, like 2001, 2002, and man, he was always the man, bro. He was like he was one of the guys that would get me into the clubs underage. He'll just be like, bro, just text me, and I'll come out and get you. I was like, my man, you know. And bro, even like he would get me to like carry his crates and like his records and that, like, and from there, you know, I'm in. He was always real cool like that. But also, he was a real big cosign for me because he got me in. Did you ever read the Back to Basics magazine that they had? And it was a New Zealand hip hop magazine.
No, I can't recall.
Yeah, so they used to have this magazine called Back to Basics, and it was like they used to release it like by the same people that used to bring out Rip It Up.
Oh yeah,
the Rip It Up magazines. Yeah, so it was like the same kind of size and was in all the shops in there. And when they bought the re-release or when they did the re-release of bringing out this Back to Basics, he did a story on me in it, and it was real cool. Yeah, I was so humbled because it was cool because I was still at high school then, and I remember telling all my boys like, "Bro, I'm gonna be in this magazine there." And they're like, "Bro, you're kaka, bro." And then like when it came out, I was like, "Bro, I think that magazine's out. The magazine's out." And they're like, whatever. And then we went into the shop and it was there, bro. And then I picked it up and I go, "Yo!" And I showed them and they were like, "Oh," you know what I mean, bro? It was like in my last year of high school. And then I remember like taking it to school and showing all my teachers, and they were like, "Oh my god," you know. But like, bro, that's how I was like, God, I got mad love for Severe, bro. Like, since I met him, he always hooked it up, bro. Like,
so the article was about one of your battles.
So it was kind of like about my transition from being a battler into making my first. I was making my first mixtape.
Oh yeah.
So it was like a promo for my mixtape and talking about how I had come from the battles and was like starting to come out as an artist and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, true. So who produced your mixtape?
So my first, so this is my first mixtape. I was promoting, and it was this was in 2005, and I was with my boy Spell. Do you know Spell?
No.
He's famous on Twitch and stuff. He does beat making and that on Twitch.
Right.
Yeah. So he's like massive on Twitch, and he did all my first stuff. He did all my beats and mixed the whole mixtape and made all the beats and everything. So it was with him. So Severe gave me like that, bro. Just he always hooked it up. Severe, like once I met him, he was always just a real good dude. Like I remember before I actually met him, I remember so we all used to go on this thing back in the day. It was like message forums on the internet. You hear about? Do you know? Yeah. So we used to go on this thing called Hip Hop NZ. And that was like the big thing back in the day. All the New Zealand hip hop scene was on this one site called Hip Hop NZ. And I remember Severe put up a post that he had this he had a Wu-Tang Clan remix with Shay Fu on it, and he was like, if anyone wants a copy of the CD of this Wu-Tang Clan remix with Shay Fu on it, I'm burning some copies of it now. Just send me your address and I'll send it to you. And then I was like, bro, like I would have been like 13 or something. Like, bro, I'll have a copy. And bro, sure enough, bro, he sent it to me in the mail. Like, I was like, bro, this dude's the man, cuz. And I just remember because he used to have the shop in Victoria Street in town called Beat Merchants.
Yeah.
And I remember like just going in and like just seeing him there and just be like, fuck, that's DJ. So he's just over there, just going and like just be looking around and just pottering around and stuff. So yeah, man. To even like, you know, get to know these dudes is, bro, it's a big honor. Yeah.
I know there's a shop similar to that, Big Merchants up in High Street.
Yeah, High Street. No, I'm not sure. I was at the DMC store.
Is it? I think so. It's got some DJ gears.
Yeah,
like that.
I think when you first come down High Street, on the left there. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, that's like the DJ kind of the place where you get all like your DJ supply stuff and that these days. Yeah.
But the Beat Merchants have like records as well.
Yeah. Beat Merchants was like kind of like the place Severe was like, he was, well, I don't know if he ran it or if he was just one of the workers there, but he was like bringing in all the new hip hop stuff, DVDs, T-shirts, see all the new CDs. Like that was the spot, bro. And they would like let artists sell their mixtapes and stuff in there as well.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so it was dope. But also another thing that Severe did for me, like he got me to, and one of my homeboys, he had us be the resident MCs on his radio show that he used to do on My FM. So every Sunday he'll call us up and be like, bro, come on and come spit some freestyles, bro. So bro would go up there and spit stink ass freestyles, but he was just like, he just liked having some rappers there and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, he was always cool like that, bro. Yeah, I remember taking Redden and that there a couple of times and just like, yeah, bro, he was just always showed mad love, even to this day, bro. Like, he's the man, brother.
The earliest I remember that guy was being on Max TV.
Yeah.
I think that's a hip hop show.
Yeah.
On Max TV.
Yeah. Was that with DLT?
With DLT.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember, man, like always, because they had a show on BFM as well. They had the True School.
True
hip-hop,
School.
hip-hop
That's still
show.
going now, bro.
Still going now?
Yeah, it's like he doesn't run it, but it's other guys doing it.
Yeah, on BFM. So, but man, ever since then, and even now, man, he's, to me, so DJ Severe has always been the guy that, man, he loves hip hop.
Definitely, bro.
And he wants to nurture hip hop in New Zealand.
That's it.
He'll help anybody who's into hip hop. If he sees the kids doing something, he'll go and try to bring them up,
That's it, bro.
Because he loves the art. He loves the music.
That's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, ever since I met him, he always showed mad love, bro.
Yeah.
But I remember sometimes I'd see him and like I'd have a messed up haircut. He'd be like, yo, who cut your hair, man? I'll just be like, oh, shame, bro. But yeah, nah, he was always a real cool dude, bro. Mad love, bro. Severe hard.
So, when you get on YouTube, because I think I saw one song of yours on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, how hard is it to get all that down? Like, with what's that like now without, how we talked about artists these days don't have a record label behind them.
Yeah.
So all that stuff is that you got to do it on your own. Like, I think that's a lot of that's happening to a lot of people. Even with the guys that are popular now. Like when I think of Poetic stuff.
Yeah.
Like
it's all self-funded and stuff, right?
Yeah, self-funded, and it's all like his mates doing the videos, but they're proper videographers. They got skills behind the video and editing and all that.
Yeah.
But it's not like a big company,
Nah. It's like the boys doing it.
Yeah. But it's amazing to me how, the quality is good. But these guys, they're just doing it. Like, I don't know if that's just their side hustle.
Yeah, bro, we've got so many, like, there's this channel on YouTube, like, of videos that Ren and his brother and that did for us, bro. They're so ghetto. Like, they were like filmed on Handycam and stuff too. They're so funny. Like, sometimes when me and the bros get bored, I'll be like, yo, check this out, and then all my friends laugh at it, bro. They're like, what is this? But I'm just like, bro, see, we had to do stuff like this to like get to the point we are these days, you know what I mean? But I'd say, like, how you're asking about like how it is now, bro, it's like it's a lot easier, you know what I mean? Like, if you've got someone who's hungry and is willing to make those videos and is just willing to grind, like, that's all you need, bro. You know, like, they say these days, like, for you to succeed in music and hip hop, it's like you only need 3 guys in your team, you know? You need a social media guy, a video guy, and like just someone who can market you, bro, and that's it, you know what I mean? Like, that's all you need, bro. Like, and you obviously is the music guy, so yeah, bro, it's just like, it's kind of like a prerequisite. You have your video guy now, you know what I mean? But yeah, I guess for me, myself, to be honest, I think that's been my problem, is like, I've always found it hard to find people that would do videos for me, like I always had people that, we'll do it, but actually getting around to doing it is always it's a different thing, it's a different kind of monster to actually make a video. But I feel like I'm slowly getting there, bro. I found out, like, I realized, like, after I couldn't rely on people doing that stuff for myself, I like invested in myself and like started buying my own gear to make videos, you know, and like find someone that I can trust to actually do it for me and be like, yo, here's all the gears, here's the computer to edit it and stuff. Like, let's just start working. You know what I mean?
So this is how you made the video you got out now?
Oh, so the video I got out now, like, nah. Well, that actually came around, like, me and my homeboy were running like a multimedia kind of like business thing where we were editing videos for some of our friends, And then, we did it, bro. We had big plans to do that and a few things, but then COVID hit, bro. So, like, we did that first video, and then COVID hit, and it just, bro, it was over, basically, which sucks, but, hey, that's life. I couldn't dwell on it, I was kind of like, oh, no, but, bro, it's not the end of the world, brother. There's always more music coming and more videos to be made. Yeah,
but doesn't mean you can't start it again.
That's right, bro. They're like I said, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, like after that, that's when I realized, I've got to invest on myself so I can have something like, if the bro doesn't do that, at least I can got my own stuff now, my own setup and stuff. Yeah, but hard.
It's funny when I think about hip hop in New Zealand, especially in West Auckland. Yeah. Because West Auckland's got a bit of a history in hip hop.
Yeah, definitely.
Everyone's always heard Dawn Raid and what they did. They got the documentary out and all that. But out west, man, we've got a little bit of history. I remember,
big time.
Back in the days, we had that A33.
Yeah, exactly. It was so. That's where all my latest stuff come out through 833. It was all been through 833. So
that West Side Volume 1 or something.
Westies.
Westies. I remember the cover of all the.
That's on the bro sheds and stuff. Yeah. So, bro, you're totally right, bro. I talked about this when I went down to Christchurch when I was saying that I missed the 1 ounce medals. I actually did a panel talk down there, and I was talking about like, I'm from West Auckland. We're kind of like the neighborhood you don't hear about, We're kind of like the underground in New Zealand, like you're right, bro. There's so much history out here, Like I remember when me and my bros were like, we were going hard, bro. There was a scene of like maybe 20, 30 groups, that were like, we were gigging every week, all over Auckland, even down Hamilton, just like going hard, you know what I mean? And it's sad that it's like, I feel like I'm kind of like the last of a dying breed. Like I'm the last kind of guy from that scene that's still doing it, you know what I mean? Which is sad, but at the same time, bro, life happens, so... But you're right, bro. There's a big history out here.
When A33, they came out sort of similar time to Dawn, right? Eh?
Yeah.
So you were assigned to them, were they?
Yeah. So like all my latest music's come out through 833.
Are they still around?
Yeah, it's still around.
Oh, true.
So my bro that owns 833, shout out to the bro Mark. He lives down the line in that at the moment. So I've been with him for like since 2010. Yeah, so bro, we've released heaps of music, but it's kind of just gone under the radar. Yeah, but a lot of music, bro. Like last year I released like 5 albums.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like heavy. But
are those albums that you can't watch anymore?
It's not there.
They're on Spotify, but you can't.
You can't.
So you gotta pay for it.
There's a story about that, bro. So I actually don't know what happened with that, but I've got them. Like if you want to hear, I can hook you up with it, bro.
Oh yeah. But you can't put them up.
Nah, it's all been taken down. I don't know. I think we might have had some issues with like the distributors or something. Yeah. But it's not on there anymore. But it still exists. Yeah, it all still exists. But you're gonna have to hear it through me or through the bro who runs the label and stuff. Yeah.
So how many artists on A33 though?
Oh, bro, it was only me.
Oh yeah.
So it was only me. Like there was 833. So what was happening in like the last kind of 10 years on 833? It ended up kind of like turning into 2 labels. It was 833, and then there was also State House Records. Have you heard of State House?
I think
there was like Mr. Sick in that from Otara.
Right. That's Young Sid's brother.
Yeah, Young Sid's brother. So he was the other artist, and then we had a couple of the other bros who were releasing music as well, kind of through the label, which was my bro Albino. Albino. He changed his name to Willie Buck, and he did another project.
The Fourth Element was another.
Yeah, Fourth Element. Yeah, they were like, so there's the original 833 boys. So there was like the original kind of 833 squad was like Critical Methods, which was like they were a crew, which is DJ Kinetic, Ren, The Abbott, Rivalus, Kano, and I'm not sure if there's any other dudes. And Optimus Rhymes. They were so Critical Methods. They were like the West Side version of Decepticons. And the Abbott, he was like our guy that was like in there against Morocco in the battles. So like, bro, there was a big rivalry, 833 Dawn Raid, like back then, 2001, when those big battles and that were happening. Yeah, there was a big rivalry. And then after them, you had Fourth Element. And then there was Individ, who was my bro Jamie Leaf, who's an R&B singer.
Yeah. Foundation.
Yeah, Foundation. Yeah. And then also they had Carson, who was like a kid rapper. Who else? Yeah, there was some other groups. Oh, he had Army, MC Army. Yeah, so he was down with the bros as well. Like he's on the first 833 album.
So remember the Fourth Element had that cartoon video clip.
Yeah.
And Ami was
Ami's on the song.
Second verse.
Yeah. So they were like the first kind of like incarnation of 833, and then like that kind of just I guess it kind of ended. People had like their different kind of they just had their differences. Then Albino came in. He was from Te Atatu North, Tat North. Albino and his crew Steam, and then after that was Mr. Sick in that, and then when Mr. Sick joined, that's when Mark created State House, and there was like a few dudes that came through with Mr. Sick. There was this dude J Dub, who was another Otara boy from Mr. Sick's crew, BT Dub, and then there was the Movement. The Movement. Yeah. So the Movement, he was on State House as well.
So State House is like a label to differentiate from West.
Yeah. So it was like the Otara version of 833. Yeah.
Because they
didn't want to be on 833.
You can't have Southsiders on.
Exactly. You can't have Southsiders on 833, bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, it was like that. And then once I got back with the bro Mark, I said, hey, I want to release my stuff as 833, and he was like, bet. And then we brought it back, and yeah, we've had a pretty crazy run. Like, so 2013, 2012, we started releasing stuff. I released an EP in 2012 and a mixtape, and then in 2013 I released 3 albums. Then I kind of had like a big break, and then last year I came back with 5 albums. So yeah, bro, yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah, it's been crazy.
Just bumping it out, eh?
Yeah. But in between, like I had lots of personal stuff happen, like just family stuff, and just, bro, yeah, just like went through a lot of life stuff, bro. So like when you listen to my last album that I dropped in 2013 compared to all the stuff that I dropped last year, it's like completely different. You know what I mean? A completely different person, I guess. So yeah, but it's cool. Yeah.
What's the state of West Auckland rap at the moment, the hip hop scene at the moment? Because I know we got Ranui Mars now.
Ranui Mars, yeah. Shout out to the boy, Ranui Mars, man. He's doing his thing. Mad love to him. We went down and like showed love to him when he did his video Focus on Me. Me and some of the boys went down and got down on that, and got mad love for the bro, especially ripping the hood. You know what I mean? Hard.
Yeah, because he's another guy that I when we talked about lyricists, he's got some lyrics. That guy, he's got some bars.
He can spit, right? He can spit. Yeah.
Plus, it's cool because he puts the political stuff in there too.
Yeah.
You know, so he's clued on what's going on.
Yeah, that's right. And bro, I just love how raw he is. He's just so raw, bro. Like unapologetically raw. You know, like, bro. That stuff reminds me of like Biggie and Paki and that, you know, it's just spitting, bro, you know, straight from the heart, you know, no filter, like just going in, yeah.
So I was kind of proud when, you know, he was coming up and that, being from Ranui too, but even when Mellow Downs, he hooked up with him,
hard.
And he was promoting them too, with that little documentary for
that's right. He did the little thing on around Mars, yeah. So I guess, bro, it's kind of weird because you got like kind of like Avondale, and then you've got the rest of the West Side, and it's like, is this all together, or it kind of seems like there's a bit of separation, but it's not on purpose, you know. But bro, when you think of Avondale, like bro, Avondale was pumping, you know, like they got Mellow. They got Tom Scott, Homebrew, and he is killing it. You know what I mean? Like, so, bro, I guess West Side's in good hands, you know? Like, yeah. Ranui Mars as well. Who else? I heard there's this other new guy out here, Ang135. Have you heard of him? I haven't heard his stuff, but I've seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else do I know? Have I heard about out here? Not many other people, to be honest.
You know, we need R&B singers, man.
Totally,
we need some R&B singers.
Totally. That's missing, eh? Like, I know there's some, bro, we at my work and that, we got some dope young talent coming through there as well, so, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool, man, seeing things like that happen, eh?
Yo. Hey, you know how you were talking about Biggie and stuff and being a fan of Biggie?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you, like, so for my honeymoon, I went over to the States and stuff, bro, and I like been to like Biggie's hood and his house, like where he was brought up, and
Just go to Brooklyn,
yeah,
Ben style.
yeah, bro, yeah, we went there to like all the spots. It was crazy, but it's so dope. Like,
did you go to that spot where you rapped that famous video of him?
Nah, the one on the street where he did the battle. Nah. But they took us to that, like their hood and stuff.
Benford style.
Yeah, Bedford Stuyvesant. Yeah. Nah, it's dope. Yeah, it's real cool. So like, yeah, me and my missus got a Airbnb and we stayed in Brooklyn for like a week and it was cool, bro.
Nah, I heard about that because I listened to that podcast you had with the WWE.
Oh yeah. Oh, true. Oh, the wrestling one.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And yours.
Wow.
you met Bret Hart, man.
Yeah, I met Bret Hart, bro.
You know why? Because Bret Hart's my favorite. He's my favorite wrestler of all time, man. Ever since the WWF days.
Hell yeah.
Back in the day, Hart Foundation.
Bro, that wrestling thing that Bret Hart was at was in the hood, bro. It was cracker.
Was it packed? Like, was it many people?
Yeah, it was packed.
Damn.
It was.
That's how big America is, eh? Like, so packed. Like, I mean, so many people. You can't. You think there's gonna be a little bit of people, but there's gonna be.
Bro, it doesn't matter if it's in the hood, bro. There's gonna be white people and everything. It was crazy.
So. He was obviously wearing normal clothes. He wasn't dressed up as.
But what was funny is he went there.
Did he have his glasses?
Nah, he didn't have the glasses. But it was when he did the meet and greet, you could like buy the glasses and get him to sign it and all that. Yeah, it was cool. But it was funny because he was there and he actually went in the ring and he had a dude come and do a rap battle with him. One of the guys off the American battles and stuff, bro. He like came in and like ripped was on Bret's team and represented Bret and battled like one of the wrestlers was trying to battle him and stuff. Yeah, it was crack up, but it was mean, bro. But it was dope. But I met that battle rapper too. Like he's like a famous battler in the and that Smack URL thing as well. Yeah.
Oh, gee.
But yeah, bro, it was on the hood. Like it was like
What was the promotion for? What was it for?
I was in this thing called House of Glory Hog Wrestling, which is actually owned by like a big rapper over there now. He's bought it. Him and Master P own half and half of the company.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Master P.
Yeah, bro, Buzzy, and bro, they have their events like in this hood ass like nightclub in Queens. It was crazy. Yeah. I remember like going there. Like it was all good in the daytime, but then like after I finish it, it's like, bro, it's like midnight, and you're in the middle of Queens, bro. I was like with my wife and my boy. I was like, yo, where's the Uber at, man? We gonna get shot or something? Yeah, but it was cool.
Oh, you're lucky to go before COVID.
Yeah. No, we were lucky, bro. We went over there at the meantime.
So did you stay in Brooklyn?
Yeah, we stayed in Brooklyn for a week.
Oh yeah.
So when we first got there, we were staying in Times Square. Which was real hectic, bro. Like, I didn't like it. It's too many people, bro. Because there's like thousands of people outside at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, all times of the night.
So
like
city that never sleeps.
That's it, bro. It's just pumping. And
like 2 in the morning.
Bro,
3 in the morning.
crazy. But it was crack up because, like, bro, they had like McDonald's downstairs. So I was like, sitting there, wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, look at my missus, go get us some McDonald's, babe. But bro, it was just surreal to be there. Like after watching America, like our whole lives and just going and being
through
there.
The movies
like,
and
bro, hard.
Even through hip hop, even through East Coast hip hop.
Exactly, bro. And but that's the thing that I'm kind of like sad about. Like I didn't do much hip hop stuff there. Like I didn't go to any clubs or didn't go to any gigs. But it was like,
I don't
know why.
So how long was you there? 2 weeks or 1 week?
Yeah, 2 weeks, bro.
So yeah, I think you gotta soak it in. By the time you soak it in, and you're ready to look for other stuff, it's too late if you come home, because I can imagine New York being a big city and being like in our popular culture growing up, from the movies and from the music, we want to see the places.
Exactly. I kind of just like that's all I did. I just went to the main kind of places that I wanted to see, and I was like,
Did you go to
After that,
Harlem?
I went to Harlem.
Those places?
I went to Harlem. I went to the Bronx.
Yeah.
I went to everywhere that we could go. The only place I didn't go was like to the Statue of Liberty and stuff, or like to Staten Island.
Yeah.
Like I
Shaolin?
I didn't get a Shaolin. We went out on a ferry thing that like
Takes you
went by
around.
there, by there, like went by the Statue of Liberty and stuff. Yeah, which was cool. But we wanted to go on the Staten Island ferry, but it was like too packed, bro. Yeah, because it's free. But yeah, it was such a dope experience. Like, bro, I remember like telling my wife, "Man, I love America. I want to move here." And she was like, "Here we go."
What part of the year did you go?
It was like mid-year, but like August.
Oh, so they were coming down there winter.
Yeah. Bro, it was like just going into, bro, it was like middle of summer. It was so hot, bro. But it was buzzy because like before I went there.
Oh, summer. Sorry, coming out of summer.
Yeah. It was like the end of summer kind of. Yeah, bro. So it was like, but it was buzzy before I went there. I went to like the Northern Cook Islands. So like, I went there before. Like we went to America because my wife's from she's from Cook Islands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we went to like her islands, which is in like the remote like northern area, bro. It was so hot there. It was like stepping into an oven, brother, like crazy. So when I got to America, I was like, bro, this is nothing, bro. We've been in the islands, baby. But it was like a big culture shock, like going from like, bro, like 5 people on the island or 10 people to like 10,000 people in the 5 meter radius. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was crazy.
See, that's on one of my bucket list to go to New York. Because man, there's heaps of places I want to see over there. Like experience.
Bro.
Like one of the things I want to do, and this might sound morbid, but I want to go to the cemetery, man.
Cemetery?
See some famous people.
Some graves in that? Yeah, hard.
And that might be crazy to some people, but to me, man,
that's dope. That's dope.
For me, that's interesting.
Bro,
man.
It's New York too.
But I want to see some gangsters, real life gangsters, man.
Yeah. Like imagine like all like the mafia dudes that are buried there. Like it could be like John Gotti's grave or something crazy. You know, like when we ended up going out to LA and that, my mate went and like visited like Eazy-E's grave. And shit. I didn't go, but. Yeah, like I can see where like going and doing that would be cool. Yeah.
Like music people,
Yeah, like, bro, why not? They're there, Yeah, I didn't think about that. The only kind of thing I guess we got that was closest to that was I went to the Big Pun Wall. You heard of that?
The what?
Big Pun Wall for Big Punisher, the rapper.
Yeah.
So they got a wall in the Bronx where they like every year they do a new mural in that. So I went out to check that out because like he's like my favorite rapper. Yeah.
Man, because he passed away early,
Yeah, poor dude, bro. Too much kaikais, brother. He was feeling it too much. His late night studio sessions, brother.
Was his cousin Fat Joe still?
Yeah, still doing his thing.
Doing his thing.
Bro, Fat Joe's like rich as now. Yeah, hard out, bro. Good on him though, like, because I heard he was real depressed after Big Pun died. Like, so to come back and like be still around now, I was like, good on you, bro. You know, Pun's been dead for 20 years now. You know, crazy.
What kind of food did you eat over in New York? That was cool. Because I was there for the pizza.
Yeah, bro, all that stuff, bro. Like, bro, went hard on the pizza.
Did you have any oysters? They're famous for oysters.
Nah, I didn't have any oysters. I didn't have any like seafood or anything. But we just had a real like hood as guy, like Chinese and all that.
Off the box.
Yeah. Oh, bro, like you know what's funny is like, bro, over there, you know how you go like to the takeaways here, and it's like maybe like $15 or something for those Chinese things, bro. But over there it's like $5, bro.
Yeah.
So you can go buy like an egg fouillon, bro. Go buy like a fried rice, and bro, this and this, bro. It's only $20, G. And then buy a pizza as well. It's like, this is overboard. No wonder these dudes turned into a Big Pun. You know what I mean? Like, bro, the food is so cheap and it's so tasty. Like, a lot of people say that American food tastes trash. Nah, bro, it was mad good. Harder. But I'll say one thing about American food is the vegetables are like, it's not fresh. It's not fresh because there's no farms in New York, bro. It's like comes from like 3 days down the road or something, you know. So yeah, when we found something with like vegetables in the meal, my missus was like, praise the Lord. yeah, we like had some Mexican kind. I was like, some vegetables finally.
So how'd you find out about the Bret Hart being there?
I don't know. I think I just seen it randomly somewhere.
Blues. Oh.
Yeah, I think because I was like on heaps of like Facebook pages, wrestling Facebook pages and stuff, and they were like promoted on that and just be like, oh yeah, Bret Hart's gonna be at this, and this is how they do it, bro. Because that weekend, like, when they have big wrestling weekends, they like. So when I went there, I went for SummerSlam, right? WWE SummerSlam.
Was it Madison Square Garden?
No, it was at the Barclays Center.
Oh yeah.
So when they have the big events, they have like stuff that is on that whole weekend, and like they say every event that's on. So they'll be like, oh yeah, out here they got Bret Hart, and over here they got this, and over here they got that. So yeah, they make it easy if you are a fan, bro, to like go to everything. Yeah, it was cool. But bro, honestly, by the time we finished at that, because like I bought like a package thing to go to the wrestling, like to the SummerSlam thing, bro, and it's like 4 days of straight wrestling every day, bro. Shucks. Bro, by the end of it, I was like, I'm over this, bro.
Like wrestling
yeah, I've wrestled out, bro. Yeah, hard. I was like,
4 days?
Bro, 4 days every day. So it starts like, you go on Saturday, they have NXT, which is like their like their feeder league. Yeah. Their feeder thing. So they have the NXT pay-per-view. Then Sunday is the actual SummerSlam. And then on Monday, they have Monday Night Raw. And then on Tuesday, they have SmackDown.
Oh, true.
So it's like, every day, bro. Yeah, it was crazy.
How long does it go for? Because when I see it on TV, it's cut, edited.
Yeah, bro, it's like 3 hours each.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 3 hours, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, bro, like, yeah, by the time it was, the last one, by the time we were at SmackDown, I was like, bro.
What was the crowd like? Packed and crazy?
Packed, yeah, and it was funny because the wrestlers were getting angry because the crowd kept throwing beach balls like around the crowd, like playing with the beach ball, and like they were like more focused on playing with the beach ball than watching the wrestlers. Bro, one of the wrestlers ran out of the crowd, grabbed the beach ball and like popped it. He like got angry and stuff. It was crack up. But then I was like, you can see where they're coming from. They're in there giving their all, and dudes are playing with beach balls and not watching them. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was crack up.
So I can see you're a big WWE fan. Man, I was a big fan, but I left when I was young. Like, I started watching it when Hulk Hogan went to WCW.
Oh wow, yeah, fair enough.
And they did the that team there. I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, NWO.
Yeah, NWO.
Yeah, NWO
versus the other one.
Yeah,
WCW. Yeah, with Sting and. At that time, that's when I stopped watching.
Yeah, like so. Yeah, I was always kind of on and off with wrestling, like because remember back in the day, all you could do, the only way you could watch wrestling here was like video shop. You know, you just go into whatever the video shop's got. That's your new wrestling, bro.
Yeah,
and that was it for years until like maybe like 97. Then they started showing wrestling on TV again, like
on Sky. Hey.
Yeah. So they would have
Raw and.
Yeah. Oh, so they had it like, bro. They
Monday
actually
Night
had wrestling for a while on Sky, but it was like a stink WCW program, like one of their like hour ones, which was like not even all the mean dudes. It was like just like jobber dudes and stuff. Maybe Sting's on 1 week, but he's only on 2 times a year. But they had that. But 1997, I remember they started showing WWF again on TV4. Remember that TV4? And they ended up turning.
Right.
Yeah, remember?
Doesn't exist anymore.
Nah. Remember it turned into C4, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
So they started showing WWF on TV4, and then TVNZ bought in WCW. So there was WWF and WCW playing, and that's kind of like when it started getting big again. Because then, like it was like NWO, and then after NWO, that's when Goldberg and that all came in. Remember when Goldberg was out? Everyone was watching wrestling again. Then, bro, everyone was Goldberg, and the NWO Wolfpack and all that stuff, So, they got they had that, and then I guess I stopped watching it like kind of after The Rock lost the world title.
Oh yeah.
Like when he lost his belt to Kurt Angle, I was like, bro, this is bullcaca, bro. Kurt Angle sucks, G. I quit wrestling. So bro, I didn't watch wrestling for ages after that. And then I probably started getting back into it probably about 2009, 2010. It was funny, I actually started getting back into it with Dila. He'll be like, the bro's getting WrestleMania. Do you want to come watch it? Yeah, bro, come and watch it. And then it started just going from there. And me and him are still hard into it. Yeah.
I remember back in the 80s when they showed it on TV. TV Channel 2.
Yeah.
It was Superstars of Wrestling.
Bro, that's where I first started. You know what I mean? Like Superstars of Wrestling,
Superstars of Wrestling.
Bro, like.
But my favorites were like Hulk Hogan,
Bro,
like
Ultimate Warrior,
Ultimate Warrior,
bro, Demolition, like, bro, all those dudes, bro.
Bad News Brown, and
yeah, exactly. Bad News Brown, bro. Earthquake, bro. Zeus, bro. Hard, bro. See, that's what I mean. I'm an OG wrestling fan, bro. I was like, that's what I was like, bro. I would only be little, like 2 or 3, but bro, I loved wrestling since then. You know, yeah. So, bro, it's been a long time.
I know. I know my mom still watches the hard out.
True.
Like she can't. I think she still thinks it's real. The way she screams at the TV like it's watching the All Blacks game or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
It's gotten actually, like, in the last few months, it's gotten really, really good. Like, because have you heard about the Vince McMahon's been, like, he's retired, so he doesn't run it anymore. It's Triple H runs it now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, bro, Triple H he's the man, bro. So he was, like, in charge of NXT for a while, and NXT was kind of like the best product that WWE was like producing. So, bro, I'll just watch NXT every week. You know, NXT. And
well, what is good about that? Because we know these guys trying to come up,
Yeah.
But it's good to see the grassroots level,
exactly, bro. And he made it like mean as, you know, like he made it like, bro, he made it better than Raw and all that, you know. Oh yeah, bro, hard, bro. That's what I mean. I would watch NXT and that every week, like. Don't even watch Raw.
Because they got an Australian version too, haven't they?
They've got lots of Aussies in New Zealand in there. Bro, Aussie and New Zealand is actually a really big hotspot for wrestling at the moment. So
because we got our own one down
they've got a few in Auckland and New Zealand. Yeah. So bro, yeah. Have you seen any of the New Zealand or Australian people on the wrestling at the moment?
I had a wrestler on here.
Oh, who did you?
Jamie.
Takatasi? Yeah, bro, he's the man, brother.
That's the man.
He's like one of the guys with the most potential to go into like America or Japan or anything. He's the man, bro.
I had two actually, Jamie, and earlier on I had Mikkel.
Mikkel, yeah, he's the man as well. Yeah. Did you see he's just got on a big thing this week about that Christopher Luxton dude talking about how people...
Yeah. What'd you think about that?
Good. Oh, bro. I reckon Christopher Luxton's a eat-ass, bro. Bro, where's he from? Where's he even from, bro? Like, come on, don't try to be talking about, you know, people like that, man. You know? The garage is what produces the gems, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey.
I thought it was a lack of... it's a typical lack of these white people not understanding or uneducated on why we think of a garage.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
I mean, when I think about it, if you put a car in the garage, it's not like a waste because the car's already got a roof.
Exactly.
Anyway,
exactly.
They can sit outside, but this is extra space.
Exactly.
For like, you know, for culture stuff.
Yeah.
Like we have family meetings. We have gatherings.
Exactly.
You know?
A creative space.
Yeah, creative space. You know?
Hard. Like, bro.
I mean, his comment about garage and you only sit in your garage thinking about what gang to join.
He's just out of touch, bro. He's just out of touch.
So what?
Yeah, he's out of touch.
That's like that's blues, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He just wants, bro, I think a lot of these dudes just say the stuff for a reaction. You know what I mean? Like, they just want to they just like prodding at us, you know, to say, come on, what are you going to, I'm going to say this, how are you guys going to react, you know? It's like, get out of here with that.
Well,
man.
I understand that because I think what he's saying that without any care to what he's actually saying. What he's saying, you know. But I also think like deeper than that, I think National is just like that's their statement.
Yeah, that's their MO, right?
That's a statement. Like, well, it's always been like we don't care about Pacific Islanders, we don't care about Polynesians. Yeah. All we care about is if you got a business, we're happy.
Yeah, the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer, bro.
Yeah.
That's all they're about, brother.
Yeah,
serving themselves. Hey. That's why we stay away from them. Vote for the good guys.
but see, they don't care about race when it comes to that.
Yeah.
If you're in a business, they're gonna help you.
Yeah.
So if people gonna if that's his sort of like thinking that if you're in the garage, exactly what you said. What if you're in the garage starting a business?
Exactly. Lots of businesses start from garages.
Exactly.
Most of them do.
Exactly.
Hey.
And if that's what you value,
Yeah.
then you're just dissing people that start business garages.
Exactly.
So you just
he
lost
doesn't know
those
what
votes.
he's talking about, bro.
You just lost those votes, bro.
Exactly. silly man. silly man.
People doing screen printing in garages, man. You know,
Exactly.
starting,
Bro, look like Amazon and that started in the garage. You know what I mean? Like, get out of here, bro. You don't know what you're talking about.
And I think that article you saw with Mikkel, he's doing his animation in his garage, and now he's doing because he got that gig with Disney Plus now. You know,
amazing.
Oh, Disney Plus, Disney animation. Yeah. So yeah, man, I saw all the posts on social media. Everyone, I'm doing this in my garage. I'm doing this in my garage.
Exactly. Nah, he's just been a hater, bro. Likes to get out of here with that. Hard out.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, bro, even the bro Mikkel with his wrestling and stuff, he's like an OG of the New Zealand wrestling scene, bro.
Because he's a teacher too, eh? He trains.
Yeah.
Because when Jamie came on, he was talking about how he started.
Yeah.
And he was under him, under Mikkel. And Mikkel's got that school, got the wrestling school over in Henderson.
It's out here somewhere, yeah.
And on off rail side, just where that roundabout is. Around there. So
that's dope.
Yeah, man. It's funny because even some NRL players have gone.
Yeah, there's a couple of NRL players.
Yeah.
They got what's the dude's name? Zion Quinn. What was his? I can't remember his actual name, bro. Samoan guy. Hey.
Yeah. I can't remember.
He used to play for the Broncos, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this other dude, Luke Menzies. I think he used to be in there. Yeah, he's an ex-NRL as well, and yeah, he's in a pretty big angle at the moment with Sheamus and all that, Brawling Brutes. But yeah, bro, like New Zealand and Australia is a big hotbed for wrestling in that at the moment. You got also there's this dude from Australia, Jonah. Have you heard of him?
No.
Bro, he's the man, brother. So yeah, he was on WWE NXT, but he got fired when Vince McMahon didn't like him. Supposedly, Vince McMahon didn't like him, but now Vince McMahon's he's been ousted. Supposedly he's been offered to big money to come back by Triple H because he was one of Triple H's guys. So yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there, but yeah, bro, he's like since he got fired, he like went and made a real big name for himself, like in Japan and yeah, and who else have we got? Oh, bro, then we got actually the big champion on the Japanese wrestling is a New Zealand guy.
Oh,
he's from Whangaparoa, Paki fella.
Yeah,
his name's Jay White. Have you heard of him?
No.
Bro, yeah, he's the champion, bro. He's the heavyweight champion over in Japan.
Because the Japanese wrestling is a competitive one, eh?
Yeah, it's real so it's like WWE, so it's like they're the number 2 company to WWE, right. New Japan Pro Wrestling, yeah. So he's their champion. So there's a couple of New Zealanders in there. There's him, Jay White, and then there's Bad Luck Fale, who's he's in the Bullet Club. Have you heard of Bad Luck Fale?
No.
You gotta check him out, bro.
That's a mean name though.
He's the man, bro. Yeah, he's the man. He's got his Fale Dojo, which is out in Otahu, and he trains. It's like a training school for wrestlers and stuff. And there's another guy that's in the New Japan as well, Henare, and yeah, he's a Māori boy, and he's in one of the big crews over there. And yeah, they're doing well, really well. Yeah, because he was in the New Zealand wrestling with Mikkel and that for a long time. He was like one of the young boys and stuff. True. Yeah. But yeah, he's doing it big over in Japan now. Yeah.
You know, Mikkel. Man, he's got his hands in like 3 of the biggest things you can do and to keep your day busy, right? So he's an artist, so he does comics and all that. He's joined for animation for Disney. He's a wrestler. And he's a gamer. Yeah,
very smart, man.
I mean, you got 3 of these things.
Yeah.
You can spend all day, every day doing it. You know?
And I think he does, bro.
He does, man.
He's a busy man, eh?
He does.
Yeah.
And like, to me, like, these are 3 things part-time.
Yeah.
You know, I can go to work.
Yeah.
And then do these 3 things part-time.
Yeah.
This guy's like, this is full-on day, man.
Exactly, that's him.
And that's what I admire about that kind of person that's doing what they love, man.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Like not working for anyone, you're your own man, and it's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I guess like I'm on the same buzz. I worked to like do like because I'll be the artist, you know, for like, bro. I haven't had a proper hard out job for years, you know what I mean? But I'm slowly moving into like this music mentorship, and to be paid for doing something close to what I love is like pretty amazing. Eh?
Let's touch on that because you talked about before you jumped on the mic, you did a little bit of youth work as well. Is that part of what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Mental health side of that.
Yeah,
so how did you get into that?
So I work for a place called Crescendo, and we help mentor students, young people through music, and we got a commercial studio over in Avondale, and the money from the clients coming in and recording goes towards mentoring young people. So yeah, we got a big studio over there and all sorts of studio gears for young people to come in and just try and fulfill their dreams making music if that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, so I've only been doing it, bro. I'm only new to like that kind of area. I started there in February this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny. I started doing the social media. I did a course to learn how to do like help businesses with their online presence and stuff. Yeah, and then I got in there and was doing all the social media, and then I was like telling the bros, hey, if you guys need if you ever need any help with these courses and that, because there's rappers in that come through there as well. I was like, if you ever need anyone to help these young rappers and give them some guidance, I'm always here. And they were like, oh, you should become a mentor. And then I was like, yeah, I'm interested, and just slowly started transitioning into that, bro.
Yeah. Because when you talk about social media, that's a big one. Because we talked about before the marketing side of artists. What are the 3 jobs? The 3 jobs is video, social media, and marketing there. What's the difference between social media and marketing?
Social media and marketing, bro, they tie into the same kind of thing. But social media is more like, I feel like it's more grassroots, like actually connecting with the people and stuff, and just being a consistent connection with the people. And marketing is more like pushing it to a wider audience. So the social media is making that connection, and then the marketing is using the connection to build business, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's more what I've taken from it. I'm not an expert or anything. But yeah, that's what I've taken from it, bro.
So what sort of kids are in this program?
We take like SIFs kids and like, bro, just like in like young kids that are in high school and just like anyone. Yeah, bro. Any young kids that are just interested in music, we have like courses that we run during the week to teach them skills like how to record themselves and that. Like, because our kind of thing is we want them to come in and we want them to come in and like we'd be like, okay, here's your space. You go and record yourself. You work on your own stuff. We're gonna give you the tools and we're gonna teach you how to use it. But you go and do your own thing. We trust you enough to go and just be creative. We're gonna give you that creative space and let you be creative. So yeah.
So what's the outcome from all this happening? Because you got like things like TV into funding TV. What is it? New Zealand On Air.
Yeah.
Kind of funding if they want to make a music video and all that.
Yeah, I guess it's up to the students. Like if they wanna to pursue a career in music, then I guess we help them do that too. Like we've got grants through record labels and that who they invest, and we choose a couple of students that we put this money to, and we release their single and they do a video and stuff. So I guess it's really on the student what they want from it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, wow, it is cool. Bro, I'm just glad to be doing something and be getting paid for something to do with music, because I've been doing music for like I said, like 20 years now. But the money is always come and gone. I've had chances to be a big star in this thing, but I've always just kind of been on the cusp. So just being able to give back is big enough for me.
You say you've been on the cusp.
Yeah.
Why? Like what?
I feel like, bro, I'm like the biggest. I'm the most well-known secret, in outside of hip hop. I know all the guys. All the guys know me, but I haven't had that song on the radio or this big commercial success. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like an underground legend kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yeah, I always just. I guess I'm what you would call a pillar. I'm a pillar. Especially when it comes to West Auckland as well, Most of the guys, the older guys, or guys from like a certain age point, if you ask them about Westside, they'll say me. You know what I mean? If it's younger guys, they'll normally say like, Ranui Mars or whoever these younger guys are. But bro, most of them will say me, bro. So I get always kind of being like, I haven't like, I guess I have. I've just tried to be someone that represents our hood in a quality way. Just to say, there's hip hop in South, there's hip hop there, but we got bars too, we does this as well. Don't sleep on West Side, because there's, like you said, bro, there's like so much history out here, and still there's like dudes like the bro Ren. He's just come back from Abu Dhabi. He's been there for 10 years, and he's released like so much music this year. It's crazy, and it's all just kind of underground stuff. But bro, there's a scene out here, and it's bubbling, but it's just kind of like it's on the low. You know what I mean? Yeah.
This underground music, because I never quite understood what underground meant. Like, I remember the word underground hip hop in America, and I remember 50 Cent being in underground for a long time. Because when 50 Cent first came out in the mainstream and popped, but he was out for a long time maybe before that. But he was like underground king, eh?
Yeah, exactly. He did his thing on the mixtapes.
Yeah.
Blew up the mixtapes, and then, then he went big. You know what I mean? He blew up in the mixtapes, and then Eminem and that came and found him, and then he got that deal, and boom, he was worldwide superstar.
So I guess my question is like, or what I'm trying to figure out is, what is the underground scene? Is it just some place where we just want to be? We want to be and to nurture the art form.
Yeah, I think
just to not practice, but just evolve it.
Yeah, I think it's
get better.
I think it's a place where you can be yourself, and there's no commercial kind of guidelines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I remember back in the 90s, there was a hateful commercial when Bad Boy. Everyone's teasing Bad Boy about the shiny suits.
And the Coogis and all that. You know?
And because they were East Coast, they sort of went away from true hip hop and East Coast hip hop. And then you have these other guys that are just Nas, like Nas and that. See, I think when Nas came out with his first album, Illmatic, that's just fucking the shit. Eh? And then a second album was more commercial. So it's like I had a feeling that a lot of the pure hip hop heads didn't like.
They didn't.
That commercialism.
No, they didn't.
Hip-hop.
That's what I've been reading, because to me, It Was Written is his best album. Like that's to me, Just I like the I don't know what it is. I just like it.
Yeah.
But I respect the lyricism in that on Illmatic. And I like the other albums, but there's something about It Was Written to me is like he had the underground soul in him still, but it was on more refined beats, it was on a higher level. And I guess that's what I liked about it, like he was still Nas, but he was Nas over mean beats, and it was sort of real clean, and he was coming with the mafioso persona, you know what I mean? Like it was a more evolved version of Nas. It wasn't little Nas from the hood anymore. It was Nas trying to be a man, you know what I mean? So
I guess it depends who your production team is, because I think It Was Written, there was a lot of Trackmasters doing their stuff in the area.
Trackmasters, and I think they had some other dudes on there as well, but it was mostly Trackmasters. But they were bad, right? They were big. Did you know that Trackmasters were like the guys that did Footy's first album? That never came out. Yeah. So he had his album Power of the Dollar, and it was all produced by Trackmasters. Yeah, but it didn't come out because he got shot. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But that's the album that's got that song with Beyonce in that on it. That's what I want. Oh. Yeah. Bro, imagine if that came out and like blew up, because that came out as an underground song like years later. Like that was like, I heard that was like Beyonce's first collaboration with anyone. So like, bro, imagine if that came out. That bro, Footy would have been the man then, But bro, see, some things just aren't meant to be.
Yeah. And that's why, that's why I've compared like the history of hip hop in America to West Auckland, because we do have a history. When I think about hip hop, when I grew up listening to American stuff, like for me, because I was a Notorious B.I.G. fan, I was on their side. I was on when the East versus West thing. But I love the West. I love Snoop Dogg when his first album was as well.
Doggy Style.
Doggy Style came out, bro. That was it, man. That G-Funk kind of style.
Fire. Hey.
That was mean, man.
Yeah, bro.
With Warren G coming out.
Yeah, very hard.
Man, have you seen social media the Warren G stories now? How he was dissed by Suge
But
Knight.
Sugar, yeah, bro. It's sad, eh? Sugar was a dick to him, eh, bro? Bro, bully, bro. Sad guy. Because he's, bro, what I didn't know was that Warren G and Dr. Dre are like half brothers or something, right? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But it makes sense when you think about it now. Like, they're always together and that, eh?
Because I heard the story when they were gonna all sign to Death Row.
Yeah.
That in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like they didn't want Warren G.
Nah, they didn't. And they didn't bring him a contract, eh?
Yeah, and he didn't find out until they went to the plane.
Yeah, and they didn't get it. He didn't have a ticket. Yes. That's sad, eh? That's sad, bro. But that's when he decided, nah, I'm gonna be the man by myself.
Yeah.
Hey.
And he was, man.
Yeah, nah, he was. That was like the stuff that my cousins and my brother and they listened to. Like that was like the first hip hop I ever heard. And I was like, do you see what I heard? You know, like Summertime in the LBC and like, bro, all that Snoop stuff. Like, bro, that was all they listened to back in the day, bro.
Because it makes sense. If Dre was the half brother of Warren G, then I thought Dre was the one that originated
the G-Funk.
The G-Funk, but it was a collaboration. Oh,
yeah,
because they're brothers. They're probably because Warren G's more smoother.
Yeah,
was a more smoother version of G-Funk. I guess G-Funk is upbeat kind of.
Yeah,
like that kind of stuff. But Warren G was different. He was like much smoother, slower.
Yeah. Dre was more like a rough kind of like hard. I reckon Dre was like more sample based, because you had all the like the Chronic was like heavy samples, but then when you listen to like Regulate, doesn't really sound like samples. It's like he played a lot of that stuff, eh?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a mean time, man. Yeah, it was a mean time of music. Even that Mr. Grimm song. I love that song.
Indo Smoke.
Yeah,
hard. See, those are the classic joints. Like these days, what do kids know about that? Indo Smoke. Nothing, bro. They don't know nothing about that, brother.
So what's gonna happen? What are you guys up to for Christmas? You and your family?
Me. So my dad lives up north in this place called Poldinga. It's like about 5 hours away up West Coast, Northland, in the middle of nowhere. So I'm going up there on probably Boxing Day. Yeah, probably have Christmas. Like my wife's family, they have like a breakfast and that. So have breakfast with them. Have dinner with my old lady, and then. Yeah, go up and kick off my dad for a few weeks. Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. Hopefully do some fishing, go diving or something. Yeah.
Well, that's the best because that's quiet, peace and quiet.
That's bro. Not many people.
Just away from the big smoke.
Yeah, bro. And it used to be dope because there was like no phone reception or anything, so you could go there, be off grid and like.
Oh yeah.
Bro, but now there's like phone reception. So
is
like, we used to be able to go down to our beach and just kick it, but now you go down to the beach and there's kids like live in there. It's like, bro, killed, but. Yeah, it's cool, bro. I just like kicking it, going swimming in there every day, It's chill. Especially I got 2 kids now, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, take my little boys in there, take them to the river.
Yeah.
Chuck them in. Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's nice, bro. How old are they? How old are your boys?
4 and 7 months. Yeah.
See, that's a good age for them to run around, play.
Yeah. Especially my big boy.
Yeah.
He loves it, you put him out on the grass or you need to take him to the beach.
Yeah,
the little one's just like had his first couple of swims and that. So it's be nice. Hopefully it's nice and warm up there. Should be. What about you? What you do?
Man, I've got a breakfast with my mom's family.
Yeah,
and then over here for dinner for the missus family. Yeah. So it's gonna be a long day.
Yeah, solid.
It's usually that every year. You gotta do the both family things, but
that's
man, you can't even eat, man.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like you go hard on the first one, and then you're too full for the second one.
Yeah, bro.
So I just usually drink.
Yeah, that's the one.
Just drink and just relax.
Yeah,
but in terms of the holiday now, man, just gonna hang around.
Yeah,
hang around Auckland.
Yeah,
because I've got 3 weeks off work.
Yeah,
then I'm back on the 17th. So I want to make the most of it. Did some editing.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I got a gig, some gigs.
Oh yeah,
actually in the new year. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
13th and 14th. My boy opening up for my boy from Christchurch, Big Sima.
Who's that?
He's a MC from Christchurch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing his first kind of tour. He's got a band in that behind him. So yeah. So it's gonna be opening for him. And yeah, that'll be cool. Just go to check it out. See, what's popping in the music scene in 2023. How people are receiving things. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Is Severe still doing his hip hop summits?
Severe. So Severe, bro. Severe's big thing now that he's doing is cards, like ball cards and that, basketball cards.
Like collecting.
Yeah.
Oh man, because he's got a shoe collection.
Yeah.
He's into all that. Like,
he's into all the pop culture stuff, bro. Yeah, he keeps his eye on the pulse, brother. Yeah, so he's doing that now.
See, I thought cards would be a thing here. Because I remember when I was a kid, I used to collect cards too, but not like sports cards. Like I used to collect the WWF wrestling cards.
Yeah, hard.
And then I used to collect the movie cards like Batman.
Yeah.
In the 90s, like
bro.
Batman cards and stuff like that.
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtle cards,
exactly. Yeah, hard.
And then the NRL cards.
Yeah, bro.
And I thought like it was a thing, but never sort of carried on.
Well, it died off for a long time, eh?
For a long time. It's a big deal in America, though.
Yeah.
Fuck, they love it, eh?
Oh, bro, they're bringing it back here. Like, bro, the scene here is massive.
Is it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Card collecting. Like
NBA. Yeah, brother. Like, it's Severe and that are like the main guys that run it. Oh, yeah, man. He's got a card crew where he does it with, like, they hold events and stuff in town, and like trade things where you come in and buy cards and sell cards and trade cards. Yeah, it's real big. It's massive, bro. It's blowing up. There's lots of money in it.
See, how come we can't have like that for rugby or league or some New Zealand sports?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because I heard that they're just starting to make some more like New Zealand cards. Like I seen that Tops is starting to make some Breakers cards and that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but nah.
That's right. Tops is the main brand there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's one of the main brands there. Then, I don't know. But because they've always been doing the NRL cards and that as well, it's never stopped, right? So I don't know what's happening with those. I don't know if people are selling those at those things, but... Because have you seen now about how they send the cards and they get them graded and stuff?
Yeah. Just like comic books, eh?
Yeah. Bro, D-Lar's got heaps of cards, bro.
Oh, yeah? He's
into that, bro. Yeah, big time. He's got heaps of those graded ones.
You get those rare cards and it's covered in the plastic, eh?
Like box. He's got like a big suitcase of those straight up. Crazy.
So I wonder how much they cost.
They go from like...
In the hundreds, thousands?
Yeah. They go from cheap to like, a couple of $100 and then, maybe a $1,000 or $2. Yeah, I'm not spending $1,000 on a piece of cardboard, G. Nah, brother.
Oh, those collector's item things, eh?
Yeah, bro,
but you do the toys though, the WWF.
Man, I'm real big on that, eh? Like, bro, I've got...
So have you got like a shelf of the more...
Bro, I've got... it's funny. I haven't actually set them up yet, bro, but I've got a cabinet at home which has got my studio in it, and it's just full of toys.
Hey.
Yeah, they're all just like, those big clear cartons that you get at the warehouse. There? Bro, I've just got those full of unopened wrestling toys in that. Yeah,
because they'll be worth something in the future.
Hopefully, bro. I just buy them because like for nostalgia purposes. Like I only buy the guys that I like, bro. Like this year, bro, they've released heaps of Hulk Hogan ones. So, bro, there's been heaps of Hulk Hogan toys that have been coming out, and yeah, bro, I just buy the guys that I like,
Yeah.
Hard. Because we release all the old guys as well. Like, those are the most sought after ones, all the old school wrestlers. Yeah. Like the latest ones that have come out, the old school guys that have been released in New Zealand is, and the latest lot was Bret Hart and British Bulldog.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like, bro, those are at the warehouse there if you go around. Yeah, bro, if you go around and have a look, those are like the most likely you'll find at the moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, like, bro, the old school wrestlers is what I like. Yeah.
This guy at my work, he's into those collectibles. Yeah. Man, he buys like Marvel figures.
Yeah.
But he buys them from overseas because sometimes you can't buy them here.
Yeah.
Man, he bought one and came to the office. It was a big massive box.
Yeah.
I said, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's my Iron Man.
Yeah. That's crazy, right? Bro, one of my boys has got a business bringing in like Dragon Ball Z cards from Japan.
Yeah.
Bro, like they're so expensive. Like it's crazy. And like he does these things called breaks where you pay money, and then we've got a mate in Japan who like goes to the arcades and he plays the game for you and he wins the cards out of the arcade. Bro, it's buzzy, and then he'll show you. So you'll pay like, so it's like $3.50 per turn. So bro, you buy like 10 turns, like $35. But like the minimum I made in them do is like 100 turns, so it's like $350, but you get 100 cards out of it. But bro, in those 100 cards, you're guaranteed to get 1 or 2 like cards that's like $1,000 or something. Yeah, bro. So like, yeah, my mate goes into the place and he goes live and he just streams them playing this game and pulling these cards out, bro. Here, you got this. Here, you got this. And, bro, it's big money.
So I never knew that we had that culture here in New Zealand. Like,
it's buzzy.
The cards.
It's buzzy. It's only. I feel like it's only like come out in the last couple of years. You know, like how I'm talking about Severe and that with those basketball cards and that. Like, yeah, I think bro, COVID did a lot of that, you know, like people just bored and that, you know, they want to, you know, because the people like in COVID, they had nothing else to do, so they just were buying stuff, you know, like I know that's how my homie that's doing all that stuff, I know that's how he started, you know, he got like a 10 grand payout from some family and bro, like bought heaps of cards and like, bro was flipping them like crazy. Yeah, so bro, I was like, bro, you've turned 10 grand into like 50 grand or something from these cards, bro, that mean, you know, hard.
See, the problem with that for me nowadays, you know, the price has gone up everywhere, man. I can't afford to click cards and that.
No, that's right, bro. Gotta pay for petrol, brother. Hey.
It's pretty cool, though. Hey, having cards and you have to look after.
Yeah. Oh, bro, like, bro, I can't lie. I've paid some dumb-ass prices for some wrestling toys, bro. Like,
oh, hey, what's your most expensive one? Or what's the one that's gained value?
Bro, probably the most.
Something now.
Oh, bro, I've got a few. Like, probably the most expensive one and the rarest one I've got is this one that I bought from this dude, he's from America, and he like bought these boxes of unopened, they were unopened, case fresh, like had never been put on the shelf. Hasbro WWF toys. Do you remember the WWF toys when we were younger? Like when Superstars and that was out. So they had the big rubber ones.
I remember the rubber ones.
And then they had the little plastic ones as well.
I remember the rubber ones.
Yeah. So bro, they these little plastic ones. I bought these bro, I actually got them as a present. My old lady and my wife bought me 2 of these brand new, like from the 80s, like WWF figures last year for my birthday, and yeah, bro, they're worth heaps because they're like mint. They're mint, like never been opened or anything. Yeah, from the 80s, brother.
Yeah, man, that would have been. Have you found out how much that cost?
Nah, but I'm thinking it's gonna be something crazy, bro. Like,
should look online.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna, bro. I don't like buy this stuff to sell them and stuff. I just buy it to have it. You know what I mean? I want to give it to my kid one day, bro. He's funny. My kid.
Like 100,000. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I guess what's it? Yeah. Buy it now. Yeah. But it's crack up because my boy, he doesn't understand. You know, he just comes and sees all these toys. Dad, I want to open this. I want to open this. I want to open that. I'm like, nah, bro. You can open that one of the stick ones I bought over there, but you can't open that one, brother. Well, yeah. Nah, hard. Bro, it's a big thing, collectibles, man. Yeah. But, bro, it's like, I feel like being from the hood, like getting into stuff like collectibles and like, because I'm big into like shoes and that as well.
Yeah, you bit of a sneakerhead?
Yeah, man, I'm a sneakerhead, tough. So
are you one of those sneakerheads that buy 2 pairs? One to display and one to
wear? I
wear?
can't afford buying 2 pairs, brother. Nah, I just buy 1 pair and like look after them, me. Yeah, so
because you know because you wear them.
Yeah, I wear them. Yeah, I wear them. But
see, there's hardouts that don't wear them, eh?
Bro, they fall apart if you don't wear them. You know that?
Oh, really?
Bro, if you don't wear a shoe in a certain amount of time, they fall to pieces.
Oh, wow.
Like when you do wear them, you know, you gotta wear. So say you got a pair that you bought in like 2002, right? And it's like a mean ass pair, still dead stock. You pull it out one day and you're like, yo, I'm gonna wear this. Bro, 5 minutes later, bro, they're crumbling.
Oh, wow.
It's because you have to wear them for the glue and that to bond the shoe together.
Oh, right.
So if you don't do that, bro, it just falls to pieces. Yeah. But even like the stuff that they make the shoes with isn't meant to last that long. So, bro, they just start crumbling like a cookie. You know what I mean? Like, bro, into pieces. Shit. Yeah. It sucks, bro. I've had it happen a couple of times, but I try and wear all my shoes. You know what I mean? I feel like the trick with collecting sneakers, have heaps of pairs, and to wear them all. Like, don't wear one every day. You know what I mean? Just like wear that one and then clean that, put away, wear the next one. You know what I mean? Just, bro, or even just don't wear them, but just wear them sparingly. You know, like I only wear my kicks probably for special occasions. You know, like I'm wearing scuffs right now. you know.
Oh yeah, and summertime is good. Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
You just wear your scuffs.
Yeah, exactly.
You leave your shoes. No one's wearing socks and shoes in summertime.
Exactly.
You know?
Not at all, bro. I wear my scuffs every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But bro, yeah, doesn't mean I ain't gotten some kicks though.
Yeah, I think the max shoes I've had in rotation was about 4.
Yeah, that's all good.
4.
That's all good. Yeah, but I feel like if you have more than 4 in constant rotation, that can be kind of excessive. You know what I mean? Like, I know, like, I'm not saying that I don't have more than 4 pairs, but like, bro.
But I did go to Hawaii, and man, so cheap over there.
So cheap, right?
I bought back heaps of shoes, man.
Exactly.
Just because it was cheap.
Exactly, bro. You can get a pair of Jordans for $80.
Yeah.
You know. Imagine you come back with, bro. You can come back with 5 pairs of Jordans. You know what I mean? For the price it is for 1 here.
Oh, that's exactly what we did.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we brought back a whole lot of shoes because they were so cheap.
Yeah, bro.
Especially at that place, Payless.
Yeah, hard. Then you get like Ross and all that.
Ross, Ross. That's it.
Bro. Ross.
Ross is mean, eh?
Yeah, bro. Hard.
All the labels.
Bro, hard. For cheap as Bro, what's funny is, like, when I went to America, like, I went to Ross. Bro, they had some mean ass Jordans, but it was like size 17.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, bro, those are bad. Oh, it looks like Shaq's going to wear those, brother. Yeah. So, yeah, nah, bro. Shaq. Ross, underrated.
Yeah, Ross, man.
Yeah.
You gotta go to Ross when you're over there in America.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm big into the shoes as well, bro.
I remember seeing YouTube about this is white dude. Like he starts off with a pen.
Yeah.
And he's gonna try to make it to a PS5, just doing trades.
I think I seen something like that. Yeah.
So
like
I missed the first episodes.
Yeah.
But he got up to a shoe.
Wow.
He got up to a shoe. So he was going to all the shoe places.
I think I've seen that. I've seen that. Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yeah.
Like he got a pin, like he got something more than a pin. Then slowly, once he got 1 pair of shoes, then he just kept trading up and trading and getting better and better, right?
Yeah.
And
then he went to one place, and then the guy said, "I got a PS5. I can trade you for that shoe."
Yeah, jackpot.
You never had the shoe in the store.
Yeah.
So stores are like, man, that's a big business shoes, eh?
Big
the
business.
rare ones, eh?
Yeah, exactly. There's a few of those kind of stores over here, but
because there's rules there, I heard.
There's raffles and that for shoes now.
Hey.
Like, that's how you have to get it. Yeah, like so you say a Jordan's coming out tomorrow, you have to enter the raffle to get it.
Oh.
You're not even guaranteed to get it. Like there was a shoe that came out like when was it, like 3 weeks ago? But I entered like 5 raffles and didn't win one of them, brother. Oh, wow. Yeah, it was crazy. But then the shoe that it was for is like worth like $700. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
Because that happened to me with the what's his name? LaMelo Ball shoes. Yeah. Like we had to go all the way to Queen Street, Foot Locker.
Yeah.
To grab it. That was the only place where they had that specific color. Yeah. But they never had they didn't have the bright yellow.
Is that what you were after?
Ones. Nah. Oh yeah, we were right after that, but they never had it. Only had the black one. Yeah. The black and blue.
Yeah.
Black and aqua. But you know, in New Zealand, they don't get all the colorways there.
Nah, bro. New Zealand gets jack, bro.
Because we only get the colors that we think are gonna sell, like black and white.
Yeah. New Zealand gets jack, bro. And like it's so inflated, the prices here. Like I don't buy any of my stuff from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Like some, bro, what I can get here, I do get here, but most of the time I just get overseas because I've got a big foot as well, so I'm like size 15.
Oh, the other cool thing in America, like they have the wide, eh?
Yeah.
The wide,
15 wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's comfortable as, man. The wide.
Bro, yeah, bro.
I grabbed some wides.
Yeah.
Over there.
Yeah, nah, bro. America's. That's all I was saying when I was with her. I was like, I love America. It's got even clothes, all the clothes I ever wanted, everything. You know what I mean? I was like, bro, too bad it's a crazy gun-toting place, bro.
Oh man,
yeah.
That's the only thing you have to worry about. Getting shot.
Yeah, nah, that's it.
Like on Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, Ricky.
Like Ricky on Boys in the Hood.
Ricky. Oh man.
I was talking about that movie to my missus the other day.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about foreshadowing.
Yeah.
And you know when what's John Singleton, how he's the mailman.
Oh,
remember?
Straight up, he's the mailman.
He's the mailman, and he gave the letter.
Yeah.
So he went to deliver the letter that Ricky made the university.
Oh,
but
and was that when he got shot?
But he missed it.
He missed the letter.
Yeah, and he went to the shop. So that
Oh,
was the foreshadowing
that he was not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Oh man, I didn't even know about that. I like the speech that Lawrence Fishburne does about the gentrification and that on it, bro. That's dope.
Furiously.
Yeah. Furious Styles. Yeah. Nah, bro, I love that movie. Dope Boy's a gangster. Hey. I feel so sorry for him, like, you know? Oh, what's it? Don't call me a bitch. Sorry, ho. This crack up.
That was a mean movie, man. When I was young, watching that.
Bro, you know what's funny is that when I was in LA, we went on a hood tour, and I like went to the
What's a hood tour?
Like there's these. So you go to Hollywood Boulevard, and bro, there's these guys that sell tours in the hood. They're like, you jump on the SUV truck with them, and they take you to the hood, G, and show you all through the hood. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Oh, they don't rob you or anything?
Hey?
They don't rob you or anything?
They did, nah, that's their money.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like OG, like, bro, the guy that took us was like an OG Crip, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, yo, my name is, I'm from the set.
What did they take you through Compton and all
bro,
that?
they took us to Watts, Compton, Crenshaw, bro, all those places, G. Yeah, it's
what was
crazy.
it
like? Bro, yeah, so what happened is, bro, so you know how weed they smoke, bro. LA is like everyone's smoking weed there, right? The whole place smells like weed, bro. So the guy, as soon as we hop on the truck, like, he's like, and this is a full 20. Oh, what did he say? This is a full 20 friendly tour. So if you got something, roll it up. And bro, he's like driving, bro, and he's like rolling a blunt while he's driving with the other hand, bro. He's like, yeah, bro, and this big ass truck, like, rolling, and me and my muscles in there, and my boy looking like, bro, this kid's gonna kill us. Gee, he's gonna crash, you know? But yeah, he just started smoking weed, and then like, he passed me the weed, and I hit some weed, and then bro, I was paranoid as after that, because you know it's the hood, G. I didn't know where we were, you know? So I was like, I had some weed, and I was, I was just like, you know, just like on the edge of my seat the whole time, bro. Yeah, it was a cool experience, but being stoned and made it real edgy and like, kind of killed the experience, but it was cool.
I haven't been to LA, but I heard the city planning is like, if you're over there for holiday, if you don't want to go to the hood, you won't.
No, you don't have to,
bro. No, because it's there's ways, they have ways around it.
Yeah, there is, bro. The whole of LA to get from one side to each other, it takes 5 hours.
Shit,
5 hours. So, bro, the whole place it's massive.
Because of traffic, or just?
Nah, just because of the size of the place. Yeah, it's massive. Yeah. Bro, well, the buzziest thing that I saw on that hood tour was in Compton, a guy riding a horse.
Hey.
Bro, Compton used to be a country town with people riding horses and like rodeo and all that. Buzzy, yeah, I didn't even know that. Yeah, or a guy riding a horse in Compton. I was like, what's this, G? Yeah, but nah, it was real cool. It was real humbling to see that. But yeah, what I was saying about this going on this hood tour, they took us to the place where Doughboy and that got revenge for the guy that killed Ricky. Like to the, you know how they go to it's like a Chinese restaurant or something?
In the middle way.
Yeah. Bro, we went to that Chinese restaurant, and then the dude who's doing the tour starts reenacting. He's like, there's those niggas here. Bro, I was just sitting there. I was like, yo, what is happening, bro? He knows the whole dialogue and is singing. Let's get that nigga. I was like, bro, this is trippy.
Because they're just eating.
Yeah, they were just those dudes are chilling. Yeah. He's like, break yourself, fool, or something, bro. So crack up. I was like, yo, this dude is crack up. And then like, he took us to
I'm getting mixed up with Minister Society when they killed those two guys at the
bro, he just
MC8,
they took us to all like the famous places of those movies. Like he took us to the jungle. Do you know the jungle of Training Day? You know the place where he goes, King Kong ain't got shit on me, nigga.
Yeah.
They took us there, bro, to those projects, and he like brought us down in that bit and like turned us around, and he was like saying all the dialogue and said that King Kong. Fuck, it was crack up, bro. But it was dope. You know, I was like, yo.
How much was that?
I don't know. I think like $50.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, it was cool, bro. It was.
But you don't get out of the car. look around?
He stops at some liquor stores and that.
Oh,
yeah. He'll like stop at the signs of the streets and let you. So he'll take your photo of you and stuff. Yeah, yeah, bro. But yeah, I was like, after I smoked weed, I was like paranoid. I was like, I don't want to hop out at all. yeah, it was funny.
So that was your trip on the way to New York?
Yeah, so I went to New York and then the first week, first and second week, and then I went on to California and like the last before I came back to New Zealand.
Yeah.
And
did you guys stay in Hollywood?
Nah, we stayed in like some hot ass hotel. I don't even know where it was. Yeah, but I had some friends out there as well.
Yeah,
and we went in and kicked it with them. Yeah, but yeah, we stayed in the hot hotel. Yeah, it was
sounds
busy.
like a mean trip.
Yeah, bro, it was awesome. I loved it. But yeah, that's like when we were over there, that's when we decided, we've done our big trip. Let's have some kids now. Time to have some kids.
Yeah.
Go home and have some kids. Yeah, we've done this. But yeah, now our next trip that we're trying to do is hopefully take our babies to go to like Disneyland or something.
Oh, yeah.
I know when they're a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully, because everyone's getting back into travel mode now since COVID's finished.
I want to take my babies to New York and that. So my big boy, he's like, we had the talk about having him when we were in Brooklyn. So his one of his his middle name is Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And he knows that. He's like, my name is Brooklyn then. So I was like, let's go to Brooklyn something. He'll be keen. Yeah. But he always sings a song. There's a song by Fabulous as well called So Brooklyn. And he goes, Brooklyn. And he always sings that as well. He walks around going, Brooklyn, Brooklyn. But he knows about Biggie and everyone. My son's buzzy. Yeah. I guess you would, bro, growing up being my kid.
I'm just thinking about my trip when I go to New York. Hopefully soon.
What's all the stuff that you want to do when you go there, brother?
Yeah, I want to go to the cemetery, like I said.
Yeah.
Like I want to go see all the movie scenes, places,
Yeah.
like the Ghostbusters file.
Yeah. One of my boy who was with us, he went and seen like the some Ghostbusters stuff. Yeah. And what else? He went to like Central Park and that.
Yeah, Central Park.
Yeah.
Did you go down Central Park? Have a look?
Nah. So, bro, most of the time, like when I was there, I was just concerned about going shopping, bro.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go shopping. So we did some like tours on that in New York, and they like just took us to like we had one that was like a history of hip hop one, and they like
that'd been cool.
Yeah, it was cool. They like took us to that's when we went to Harlem and all that stuff, and to the Bronx, and that was cool. They took us to Big L's monument thing. Do you know Big L rapper? Yeah. They took us to his his wall and that in Harlem. Yeah, and that was cool. And they took us to the Apollo Theater and all sorts of places. Bro. It was dope. Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Yeah, it was buzzy. Yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
New York is dope, bro. But it's so massive. It's so massive and like. But yeah, if you've always wanted to go there, I'd recommend doing it because that was like my number one place I wanted to go. And when I got there, I was like, yeah. But bro, when I first got there, it was funny because we got there like 3:00 in the morning, and me and my wife we went down to like we were hungry and stuff. We went to go down and have a look and get a feed, bro. And this dude came up and like was trying to talk to my wife, like trying to like hook up with her or something. And he was like, like I was in the shop and I seen him talking to her, and then I came out and I just walked up to the dude and I went, and he just goes, and like ran away. It was like a little Asian dude. And I was like, oh man. But I just went up and was like, He was a bit, oh my God, what's happening? Yeah.
Crack on, man.
Yeah, but it's a trip, bro. Life is made to go over and experience stuff like that, bro. Especially living in New Zealand, because got to go out and explore the world.
Hard out, man.
Hard.
Get out of the West.
Yeah, get out of West. Get out of West, brother. Hard. Yo,
bro, man. Thanks for coming on the podcast, there.
Nah, no problem, bro. It's been a pleasure, brother.
It's been good. It's been a good chat, man. I'm always love talking to people,
Yo.
But for me, this podcast has been about, especially recently, from day one actually, but I think more emphasis on conversation. Like I told you before we jumped on in, like,
just let the conversation flow,
brother.
Just let
it flow, man. Like probably start with something and see where we end up.
Yeah, bro. I have to come back once I release some new music.
Yeah, bro.
Got some new music coming out in the new year, so
yeah.
come and get down. Have a talk about that.
No problem, man.
Yo, chill, brother.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Bruce.
Yeah.
Bye.